having Fuzzy's cat randomly come in.
Yeah. We're live, and so is Fuzzy's cat whenever it comes in here. It's laying on the bed right now.
It's like an Easter egg on it. You never know when it's gonna.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to FSP episode number 73. Hey, wow. It's higher than I thought. I always forget what episode we're on, and then I forget to look, and have to look at the YouTube to see. But thanks everybody for being here. Fun Speculation Podcast. We got a full panel today. Whole panel's here. This is the first time in a while, I think, that everybody's here even at the start of the show and stuff. So looking forward to this show for sure. More Starfield talk. We got Xbox wraps unveiled today, which is a pretty cool thing, if you ask me, and we'll talk about that. As well as there's a little bit of Ubisoft news again that had come out about that Immortals game that was canceled. I do want to talk about that a little bit. You might hear a little bit more Ubisoft slander in the show, which has become a staple of Fun Speculation a little bit. Besides that, lots of stuff to talk about. Maybe we'll talk about the Starfield bus, right? Y'all see that? Right. We'll maybe talk about that.
I am so tired of talking about fucking buses. When I came on to fucking podcasting, I did not think I'd be talking about buses every fucking other week.
Hey,
I'm so sick of talking about fucking
buses, man. It's important, right?
I don't know why that just triggered me, but
people wasting millions on buses and sinking their company and getting removed as CEOs. And
I think we need more buses, Jasper.
We need more buses. We're gonna have a Fun Speculation party bus and travel around the world. I'll waste millions on it, and y'all can vote me out as the owner of the channel, I guess. I don't know.
I actually have a bus we could use, and we could just slap the FSP sticker.
Why do you have a bus?
You have a bus?
Is it for school? Is it like your school bus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a short bus?
Does it have your picture on the side?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We have to customize it. I think
it's cocky.
Right now it's just like a plain white bus. I think it seats like 20 people.
Yeah. Kate says someone get Jasper a Snickers. Snickers. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Psycho? How you doing, bro?
Good. I'm gonna get a bus and I'm gonna call it the SS Clapping Cheeks. So I think it'd be a great name for a bus.
Okay.
What's gonna go on that bus? Are you gonna go to your neighbors' houses?
It's gonna be a magic carpet ride
and pick up their moms.
That's what's going on.
It's like this is a bus for neighbors' moms only.
Hey, we could get you that game.
Yes.
Discount.
Exactly. No, I've been great, man. I've been playing some Firewatch. I've been playing some.
Not Firefall.
Everwatch. No, fuck that game. Firewatch in Everspace 2, and the announcement of Dungeons 4 got me excited. So popped in Dungeons 3. So I've been playing that. So
yeah, that's coming to Game Pass. Day 1 was announced also.
Yeah,
pretty cool. How you doing, Jasper?
Pretty good. Been streaming more. I streamed your football game the other day. I had to cast that. Other than that, just been playing Call of Duty, just trying to grind out the camos, finish that before Starfield comes out, and get ready for Modern Warfare 3. So
I saw your improvement of the Starfield start screen that you had posted on Twitter as well.
Oh yeah,
that
did pretty good.
Yeah. You needed a couple more things in there. I saw somebody say that you should have had Master Cheeks on it.
Yeah, it was crazy, Louis.
That would have been great. But yeah, it was.
Does that surprise anyone?
Freaking awesome. What is up, Fuzzy Belvedere? How's it going?
Glad to be here, man. Just looking at Twitter and just the weirdest takes, everything from, like you said, from buses to start screens to just other nonsense. It's like.
Oh, did you hear the wrap is gonna melt the insides of Xboxes now?
Yeah, I've seen that just recently. It's like, after Evo melting USB, ports and things like that, and having HDMI issues because apparently PlayStation guys like unplugging and replugging their HDMI, port multiple times for some weird reason. I don't know. It seems like a weird like grasp of straws. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll get into it. But glad to be here.
We know
Haven't
why,
been
though.
playing as many games other than just all of the Forzas. Like I just been going through basically from 5 to 7 for Motorsport, and then looking at Horizon. I guess some people didn't realize if you didn't buy the DLC from 5 or 7 years ago, when it gets delisted, you won't have access to it anymore. I don't know.
Oh.
Weird takes, but other than that, pretty good.
Yeah, nice, bro. Thanks for being here as always, Fuzz. 3-Bit is here as well. What's up, 3-Bit?
Hey, yo. I've been what have I been doing? I mean, I've mostly been working on commercials. The Aflac commercials, I think, goes live. Some of them already went live. If you guys check out Deion Sanders thing, but I think the majority of this Aflac campaign was live on Friday or something. So we've been gearing up all the work for that, and yeah, it's been very, very busy. But in terms of gaming, I tested out this game called Papers, Please. If you guys heard of that?
Game.
Yeah, it's new to me.
What is it?
Pretty cool. It's like
you play as a border guard.
It's like
between like Poland and Germany or whatever back in the day, and like you try to like let people cross the border, but you don't want to let the wrong people cross the border.
You basically like border patrol in a way.
You try to
check
refugees to let into the country.
Yeah. You look at like their license, like, this thing is actually expired, or I don't know. They just give you their ID, and you try to match it to the rules for that day. It's actually pretty fun. I was like, oh, this is like my roommate showed it to me. He plays a lot of PC. He's like the ultimate like PC Master Race gamer. So he showed it to me one day, and I was like, oh, this is pretty fun. And then been playing that a little bit. But honestly, I'm just waiting for Starfield. Every other game, just like, I don't care. I want to play Starfield. So
yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at.
We're in a wait right now. I've been playing some Madden a little bit today. Some Ultimate Team. Pong and I had our annual challenge game this weekend on Sunday. Jasper streamed it also on his channel, and he did some commentary on it, which was absolutely hilarious. But I gotta say, I was a little nervous at one point. I screwed up big time. Pong scored a long touchdown and actually took the lead on me at one point in the game before halftime. But we recovered, we rallied. The Cowboys showed their dominance over the Vikings as always, and we pulled it out. So maybe it'll be another game
Jasper's
next year.
Commentary, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. The chat, I gotta say, Psycho kept asking for you to join Jasper.
Oh, really?
Yes. I tried to tell you this the other night, but you were like stoned or something.
He didn't care. Yeah.
I was I ate an elbow, so I was a little fucked up.
The chat kept saying that like, you know how the commentators usually like 2, right? Because like the color commentator, there's like the play-by-play guy, and sometimes there's 3-man teams, right? As well. So they were saying like Jasper and Psycho and Game Pass Dad would be the perfect commentator team to call these football games. So that was them asking, and I gotta say,
oh wow,
it would be a great idea, I think, because you could be the John Madden, right? You say boom.
Oh, yeah, you gotta run those plays. You got the X's and O's.
Yeah, you could like draw
you
the
got
screen.
You got 3 players over here, and they're gonna go down here on the left side. But you got these X's over here. They're gonna try to block those 3 players, and then they're gonna come up to the right over here, and then they're gonna get that pass off.
Well, it's
and they're gonna run that screenplay.
Well, because like Jasper knows shit about football, right? Like so, but he has that like like play-by-play type style, so you have the football knowledge being a lifelong Browns fan, because you got to be really dedicated to be a Browns fan for that long, right?
Fuck yeah, bleed them orange and brown,
which you have been, so I can't take that away from you. I respect that.
Yes.
And I think you'd be good because you could bring the football knowledge like John Madden did to Pat Summerall. Pat Summerall.
People saying
they're saying
my mic's low.
That's what they're saying.
Is that better? Is that better, chat? Let me see what the levels are at. Test. Hello. Yeah, my volume's low. Is that better? Better chat. Better chat. Hello. Okay. I'm sure it's better.
One.
Anyway,
Yeah, for a minute.
all right, so let's talk about these Xbox wraps. Right. We've all wondered, like, where's the Starfield custom Xbox, right? Like, why didn't they do a Starfield custom Xbox? Well, it turns out it seems like they had this in the works and this planned. And for me, this seems like this is the reason why, because they don't have to expend like and hold consoles back or anything like this. And they were working on a way to allow more people to customize their Xboxes or have these custom style consoles. So I gotta say, they came up with a pretty cool idea, and it's not the cheapest thing in the world. It's a little pricey for some people because it's a wrap that goes around the Xbox, but it is high quality. It looks like it's a premium. It fits really tight and precisely around the Xbox, and it has like raised ink and stuff on it, so it's like kind of textured, highly detailed. And they're releasing a Starfield one, which absolutely looks amazing. It matches the controller, the headset that they released, and that goes on sale now. You can pre-order it, but it'll be officially released on the 18th.
October.
But that will ship. It ships if you pre-order it on the 17th. Which I went ahead and pre-ordered that, and then they have two generic ones to start out with, two different camo ones. The Arctic camo and the other camo, the blue camo,
mineral,
whatever.
something.
Yeah, the blue camo color. And those are $44.99. Now I gotta say that at first I was like $50 for just like this thing that wraps on your Xbox, but then thinking about it with this higher quality and stuff of it, I like this because it's something that more people, one, with the price point, it's not ridiculous, like, can customize their Xbox. It's not like a sticker or a skin that you're gonna have to put on, and then if you ever want to replace it, you know, you got to take it off. It's gonna be ruined. You can't reuse it or anything like that. For me, this seems like something that I can get this now, and then when another game comes out that has one I really want, I can get that. I can swap it out. I can keep my other one. I can kind of start a collection of these things, right? I can decide to use them as decoration around the office or whatever until, like, when I'm not using it. There's lots of different things that you can do with these, and it allows me, where I wasn't gonna probably buy a custom Starfield console, it allows me to have this badass looking Xbox, like, without having to break the bank, and also something that you can change out whenever you want, and you still kind of get like a collector's item in a way with the wrap, because it seems like it's kind of made to last, right? So I am a fan of what they're doing here. I think it's actually a better idea than, even though custom consoles are badass, right? Like,
it's also only Series X skins. It's not for Series X,
right?
So that kind of sucks for some people, but
yeah, like, and I'm thinking, I said that I was watching Boom Show earlier today, and I said that in his chat. I was like, it would be nice if they release a Series S version as well. It seems like they're starting with the Series X. Maybe they'll add a Series S later. I think it is harder to do one for the Series S because the way the vent is on the top of it, like, it's a huge circle, so they would have to kind of cut out a huge circle.
They did it around the side, or
yeah, like, so it would have to take more into account there, where like the Series X is 3 huge blank canvases you can just kind of take advantage of there, and I'm a fan. So I do think that'd be really cool if third-party games can make them as well, right? Like, it'd be awesome if you had like a Mortal Kombat 1 wrap, or like a
I definitely would get a Hi-Fi Rush. Someone said that in chat.
Yeah,
Hi-Fi Rush wrap. I would get that.
Yeah, I want them to start going crazy with this, and like, honestly, I'd have a hard time not buying several of these, you know, depending on what they are. And anyway, thoughts, a Fuzzy, like, is this something like you like this, or would you just prefer them to do the custom consoles, or is this a good, like, alternative that more people can get it, right?
I think it's definitely a good alternative. Price wise, I'm fine with it. When you compare, like, the vinyl skins were like $30 anyway on average.
Yeah.
And you have a lot less, room for error with the vinyl skins, where you might get bubbles, or if you don't perfectly line it up, reapply it and stuff like that, and that doesn't always work out well. But random thought, like a couple of weeks ago, I was thinking about taking cardboard and doing something similar to this, and then buying some of those vinyl skins to put on the cardboard and kind of have that as like a temporary. Because I was going to try to do like a Shelby or golf paint scheme, like racing stripes or like the golf like the light blue with like the orange coloring.
Yeah.
For like the like a Forza type wrap or something along those lines, because there really isn't anything out there right now. And I figured if I do a custom one, do the cutout the way I want, that would be kind of cool. It'd be like a unique thing. But now it's like, hopefully Xbox will have something along those lines ready for when Forza releases as well. But when I saw it this morning, already pre-ordered it and everything. I can totally see getting a couple of these. Definitely going to get a Forza one. Already ordered the Starfield one. And we'll see how other game ones look, and like things like a Diablo one would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
This has a lot of potential, much like the plates for like the PS5. I think this is like a perfect alternative. But I'm seeing some people, talk about overheating where it doesn't cover any of the vents, doesn't hinder it in any manner, and it's adding just a little bit of thickness to the plastic where it's already insulated by plastic. So if they're worried about heat and thermals and things like that.
Meanwhile, you see like pictures on Twitter where like people's houses are so dirty, like the entire back's covered in dust. It's like that's more of a heat problem than these fucking wraps.
Yeah.
Those PS5 wraps are gone, right? Like I remember there's a lawsuit. Like PS5 is selling. Are they selling official ones?
Well, there's official ones, and then D-Brand is the only ones that I've seen that still do an aftermarket, because they changed the design a little bit, and they actually have like see-through or kind of like that color and clear kind of deal.
Yeah, they did a Nintendo 64 like inspired thing with like how Nintendo 64 used to have the clear consoles, like crystal blue and like stuff.
If we're talking about price too, that one's $50, so that's like at the same price as the Xbox one. So.
Yeah, I saw a lot of the official ones for PlayStation for like 60 something, also like $65. Like, so I think the price point like is like may seem like, oh, you're just paying $50 for something to wrap around. It's really not that bad, because I think this is differently than the vinyls. Is like this is made to last, where you can keep it and swap it out. Right, that's the biggest benefit. Like you can do that with plates too, which is cool for PlayStation. But like, you can't take the average user is not going to remove the whole fucking thing off the Xbox and put like a new piece of plastic down. So this just wraps around in like a tight fit. And my mind just goes to like the future, like all these games like Clockwork Revolution and Avowed, and you got Forza Motorsport Fable, Perfect State of Decay, all these different games are going to come out. And if you do add it to third party, or maybe they allow third party companies to make this, or they partner with the third party companies, like you could really, especially maybe the ones they have marketing rights for or something, right? Like have these themed wraps in the storefront, and you could buy these things $50 a pop, and you can start an amazing collection of these wraps for your console that will last a long time too. So that's my biggest thing with this, is like it's not like a one and done thing. It's kind of free from user error also. Like
the way to think about it is it's like the fabric tablet covers and stuff people would used to buy for like their iPads and stuff. Like that's pretty much the same material this is.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to get like sometimes are like $80, bro. Like, like those freaking covers for iPads are way overpriced most of the time.
Yeah. It'd be kind of cool to see like a South of Midnight or some of the like Fable and some of these newer games. But who was it? Was it Stein that said it was like a leathery feel? So it's like it's not like this plastic shell that's just attached. So it seems like it's like you said, it has that textured raised lines that go through it, kind of like the whatever the for the star, the constellation like lines, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called, but it definitely looks interesting. I wish they kind of I know they went white because that's the controller and headset, but I kind of wish that they did a dark, like a dark blue with the orange, yellow, and red
Yeah.
striping. So wish they had like both contrast.
Maybe they'll release a version 2 at some point for Starfield also. Like, this is like the limitations of having it tied to having to release an actual piece of hardware is gone with this.
I just miss like when they did do like a true like Xbox, like custom Xbox, and you got like the custom beep sound, you got like the custom like light on it or whatever, and like I just miss them like when they went all out with custom consoles, and like I don't know,
I feel like this was a way for them to not, because they are still,
because the Halo one.
Correct me if I'm wrong. They're still kind of struggling with releasing a lot of Series X consoles. So I guess this was like a way to, like a good in between way to celebrate a Starfield without having to do a whole new console for Starfield. I'm sure they're gonna start ramping up like their next batch of like console production, but I mean, this is honestly a really good cost saving way to still celebrate Starfield. Starfield's like in a full marketing hype right now, and just get that wrap, and then it pretty much.
I am excited to see like what they do with this in the future. Like I could see like maybe they make a ultra premium one that's for like $100 that has like lights built into it or something. Like if they had like a rocket ship for like Starfield on it, you could see like the rocket ship. You plug it in the USB in the back, and like you just see like the engine on the rocket ship go off every now and then. Like
like
or people can make some really cool
custom, like a RGB one. Like that would be pretty crazy, right?
Or like have a refrigerator door and you open it, so it has like this like third little hinge thing, and then you open it and like the light comes on in the fridge because everyone says the Xbox looks like a fridge. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and since it's like their canvas is huge, so you could really do a lot with it in terms of it doesn't just have to be a flat wrap around.
Yeah, because you can come out like it's 3D, so you can like add depth to it instead of just making it.
Yeah,
which I'm sure it will be like. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be the premium, like their Series X premium controllers. Like that'll be like their premium wrap, which would be really cool, honestly.
Yeah.
I wonder if that means though that since they're just now launching this, like I don't see the design of the console changing. Like I don't see them making a slim Series X or anything, because why would they start selling these now and then like next year launch a slim? It's like
they would have
just do one that's similar, but it could be without the disc. It could still be that flat.
Yeah, that's a good thought, Jasper. My guess would be like if they do change the format, they would like already have the new template planned, probably, like, and maybe give you the option.
It just like suck for like those people that buy all these now, and then like,
for sure,
if you upgrade to new consoles, like it doesn't work with it.
So
that's why the plates failed back in the day on 360s. The console changed so much that the plates didn't work anymore.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point. I hope that honestly the format doesn't change on the Series X. I think the format is amazing for the Series X. Like, I understand if you're like have a certain situation and like a certain kind of TV stand, and certain people may have not the best, because like it is kind of a thick boy if you lay it sideways, right? But like I feel like I love the tower design of it, and even if they do release like a Series X 2 or Pro or whatever, like I wouldn't mind if they kept the same format on it. But like I do want to collect these things. Like I just hope I hope they don't really limit the amount of them that come out. You know what I mean? Like I really want them to go crazy with the games that they make these for, because there's so many fans of different games, and it would be awesome to like kind of send the template to all the publishers, all the developers, and say, hey, if you want to make one of these for your game, go for it. And like that would be cool marketing for them as well, and to have it like show it off with your Xbox and change them out all the time. And I was telling you guys, like, before we went live, like what had already started thinking is like, if I had like shelves back here or whatever, like the ones I'm not using, I would just put it like in Series X form, right? Like the tower, and I would put it like on a shelf, maybe put like a light inside of it so it kind of shines up through it or something, and you could like, kind of display them around, like, because the artwork on them is probably always going to be really badass, right? So, I'm thinking lots more of like, collector's item here, right? Which with the styles that it has. So,
Yeah. And some people could sell it with like their collector's edition for future games. Like Fable could be like buy the collector's edition of Fable and it comes with the plate, So it could start packaging it with games, would be sick.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Controller Sports in the chat says customizable wraps, like the controllers would be cool. Like if they put these in Xbox Design Lab and you could like customize your own.
Oh yeah.
That would be pretty sick. But that you would have to, maybe you could like just completely submit your own, like, like what we do for like, Teespring and stuff like that for our merch. We design it like on a template and put our logos and stuff on there. Like it'd be cool to be able to put like our logo on that template in the Xbox store and get like a fun speculation wrap.
I don't think
Xbox,
Microsoft would allow you to upload a logo though. Like
probably not.
They would be afraid of people like doing NSFW stuff
or copyright stuff. But they could have to approve
you could just do text, right? Like
yeah, I think it would probably be closer to the Design Lab controller stuff where you get to pick a different colors or whatever and like text on it.
But can't you write like your gamer tag or something?
Yeah. And they have like the NFL license that they had for the controllers as well, and they had a couple other like backgrounds that you could choose from. So you might be able to go with like camo, but like with a racing stripe on it or something like that, if they even offer that option, or have like your football team with, instead of it just being a white background, have it in like maybe one of the colors of the team colors and stuff like that, along with the logo.
Mach 5 Series X. Come on. See.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chuck Lee in the chat said, "What version of Starfield are we getting? What's the best one to get?" I got the premium upgrade for the Game Pass version. It's like after with your Game Pass discount, it's like $31.50 or something like that. You get to play it early, and it comes with some other stuff also. It comes with the first expansion as well, and some digital content. I think then there's like a soundtrack or something that comes
there's
with
a digital art book and digital soundtrack you get with it.
Yeah. So pretty good deal for $30-something if you're a Game Pass subscriber, I'd have to say. So that's what I'm doing.
It's pretty much all the extra stuff with the $100 version or whatever. It's just you pay for $30.
Is anybody else doing anything different here for Starfield or?
No, I did the digital.
I think that's what we all did.
Yeah, because you get to guys play early. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, did you guys download the soundtrack and the digital art book yet?
It's on PC. I did, but you can't launch it until the 1st or whatever.
I downloaded, but I don't think you can.
I tried to. I did it today, and then I looked. I was like, God, why the soundtrack? But I guess so it doesn't give away music.
There's a leak. There's like 79 songs, I think, on the soundtrack or something like that.
Jesus.
75 songs?
79.
Oh, 79? I thought you corrected it to 9. I was like, oh, okay, that's more realistic. Or 79. Holy shit. That's going to be some epic music, too. I got to tell you, like, the music in Starfield is like it's going to be iconic. It's going to be that music that's like synonymous with like grand space adventure. You know what I mean? Like some of these movies.
Look at the Fallout intro. Look at the Fallout music.
I mean, look at the fucking Skyrim music. It's like
Skyrim. It's just you know when you hear it.
Dun.
So it's going to be the same thing when it comes with Skyrim or with Starfield. Now, the only thing I will say that I am a little bit not a little not upset, but I wish they did have a radio in your spaceship to hear any like galaxy type music. You know, that'd be cool. Like if you're just trucking along in your freighter, you know, just pop in some tunes because
the thing is, like if they do it scientifically, like we would actually be hearing today's music the farther you go out. Like, because right now, like if you got like 100 light years, like you're listening to 100-year-old radio stations.
Yeah. how
So,
cool
like,
if you
you
were
would be
playing
listening to like
Fallout
fucking,
music.
you'd be listening to like
If you hear
Ariana
Fallout.
Grande like 300 light years away.
Start hearing
No.
Skyrim all of
Yeah.
a sudden. Funny.
Yeah, but anyway, I pre-ordered the Starfield wrap. I don't know who's gonna get the camo wraps. I kind of wish they had like.
I'm sure those will be
chosen-
the only ones available, so maybe get those.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the limitation is on the pre-orders, if they're gonna run out or whatever. But they were available earlier when they announced it. It's pretty easy to grab one of those.
Oh, really? Okay, maybe they made a lot. Then.
It does. It comes out October 17th though, so it is like a month, over a month after Starfield releases, which that kind of bites a little bit. But it is what it is. Obviously they weren't done yet, and they just need a little bit more time. And this is probably honestly one of the reasons why we're not getting a Starfield console, right? Because this is their plan, probably to allow more people to get these custom things. And honestly, like for business wise, like I know, like, don't care about Microsoft's business and all that stuff. All I care about is the consumer, right? For consumers, I like it better, right? But also business wise for Microsoft, like I'm sure they're selling these things at a profit, maybe $15-20 profit per thing that they're selling or whatever.
It takes like $10 to produce or
yeah,
something.
who knows exactly, but they're obviously making a profit on this thing, right? And they're going to sell a lot of them. They're going to sell a lot of these things. And a lot more of these than they would have sold a premium like Starfield console that they can only probably price for like $550 or $600 first off if they did that, and then it would have to come with the game probably, and like all that kind of stuff, and they they're not making any money on that, right? Like because all the design that would have to go into it and all that kind of stuff. This gives them incentive to do more of this kind of stuff, which for me is good because I feel like this is something I will actually take advantage of, right? Like, so maybe I'm being selfish, right? I get the coolness factor of the other aspect, but I was never like one to just go out and splurge on the special edition consoles, and there was usually only a certain amount of those available anyway. So it was like, if you didn't get there right away, you didn't get one, So these are going to probably be more available long term as well.
For me, like, I think I learned my lesson, like, back in the day. Like, I bought one faceplate. I bought the Halo 3 faceplate. I'm like, this is cool. I put it on and then just never bought another one, took it off for like until I got a new Xbox. I'm like, okay, I don't really care. Like, and it just sits there. So it's like, I'm just not going to buy one. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of a waste. But
fair enough. Are you going to get the Starfield one?
No, I'll keep my black Xbox.
Okay. Fair enough. Are you getting one 3-bit?
Yes.
What about you, Psycho?
Next paycheck.
So yes, eventually you're gonna get one. Right on.
Eventually.
Awesome, man.
I'm glad to hear it wasn't sold out because I might just hop and get that Starfield one. Same with Psycho. Maybe my next paycheck because things are crazy. But yeah.
I already spent too much money.
Yeah, it would be nice if it was a little cheaper, but pricing seems to be pretty comparable.
It's not horrible. Like, it's just $50 to go somewhere else right now.
No, I mean, like some of the conversation out there is that it's too expensive. Whatever.
Yeah, some people are saying it's too expensive. I don't think 50 is too bad.
I think it's a pretty decent deal for like the material it is and what you're getting, but I think it's a fair price.
It's not a one-off thing. You can keep in your use right?
Some vinyl
sticker than
some vinyl stickers are like $30-40.
Yeah.
So
I think you got to take into account the design process of it, the manufacturing, production, all that stuff. Like these are unique items. Like that, I think, is part of the reason why they're selling the camo ones for $5 cheaper, because they'll always be there. It sets a precedent now that for the special game releases, we can expect $50, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you get a special console, it would cost you $550 at least, or maybe $600. So
no, I'm happy with the option, and with it being an option, it's either something you can partake in or pass. But I think for me, the Starfield one I already got pre-ordered, a Forza one. We'll see as far as like Avowed, or let's say Outer Worlds 2 might be another one I'll consider. There's going to more than likely be a couple other ones, like a State of Decay 3. I think would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm assuming they'll do it for most of their first party stuff.
Yeah. God, I just hope I hope third parties get a hold of it, man. God, it'd be amazing. Like I Steel would be able to get like an Armored Core one, or
I'm wondering if the third party ones would be more expensive though, like because I'm sure the third parties are going to want to cut out of whatever their game is on it. Like,
well, they already probably sell, like, let's say it takes $10 to manufacture it, then they could probably give them another 10 out of every, I don't know, purchase, and then they're still
but does that mean Microsoft raises the price to $60 for like something like, say, the Wonder Woman game coming out or whatever? Like,
maybe, yeah, if they want to still earn about the same, and maybe it could be, it could be 60.
Or they're not the middlemen and they just go to the manufacturer themselves and just get the patent from Microsoft to cut for the Series X or Series S. And then this way they can make their own, charge whatever they want. But people know that if it's over 50, they're more likely not sell. So they could just go ahead and do that wise, and they just get a little bit of a cut for, allowing them to use the design for the Series X cutout, and then it's up to them, and this way they get the same cut.
Yeah. So there's some questions in the chat like about the material as well. Like so Josh Stein had tweeted about it earlier as well. And he had said in a follow-up to his original post after they had just announced it, and he said the details on this is very well done. Textured little rubber-like grips on the inside help hold the console wrap in place, and inside is very soft. Outside is almost leather-like feeling. All those graphics you see on the outside are also raised ink and feels really premium. So it's not just like the smooth like surface type thing. It's just more detail than you'd get from like a basic skin or vinyl, right? So that's what he had to say about it. I also saw Jason Ronald had made a post about it as well, and he was saying that it was super high quality. And those guys don't really like, I know they work for Xbox, but they don't really like spew like BS about stuff too much, right? Like especially Jason Ronald. And he was talking about it's pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to it, and we'll see. So yeah, Jason Ronald said the level of care and attention to detail included with it is incredible. So
yeah, I mean they're smart enough to make the little rubber like puzzle pieces inside, so when you pick it up, it doesn't just slide straight down the bottom.
Yeah,
right, exactly. There's a little nub on the bottom to hold it up off the ground, right? Which is pretty cool, so it doesn't block your vents.
Yeah, I was hoping, like, when I first saw the design, honestly, the first thought I had was like, what if I accidentally position it too high and then wrap it around and it doesn't go over the little power button and I have to like readjust it. But I think the way it's made, it like perfectly fits. But I would obviously have to have it in my hand. But I'm pretty sure that it's like it perfectly molds around that power button, and it could just sort of snaps. And maybe you just line it up with the very top of the Series X, because I was like, what if you just wrap it around and it like you miss the power button? You know, like, oh man, I gotta readjust it or whatever. But I think
the back is Velcro, so like you can just keep taking it on and off. So
yeah. So that's good.
Yeah, it looks like as long as you don't have the front USB port used, you don't have to worry about unplugging or moving anything. You should just be able to wrap it around, and the little standoffs at the bottom should be able to be a guide based on like how it is on the level of your TV stand or
they got a
whatever
cutout for the front USB.
They do, but it's cupped at the bottom, I think.
Oh,
well, you just unplug the USB. I mean, like just plug it back in
and
after,
then plug
right?
it back in.
Yeah. It's got the whole slot
everything else
there
can stay in place.
It's got the little slot there for the sync button and the USB drive. So
and they still haven't made wasn't the deal for like third party SSDs out Like,
Yeah, Western Digital made.
Yeah, Western Digital made one.
Oh, they already made some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
they're
Okay,
slightly
okay.
cheaper, but not much.
It's basically.
And
Yeah.
it's a better manufacturer of hard drives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to getting it. So anyway, we'll move on from that. We also had some interesting news today. I told y'all before we were going live, there'd be a little bit of Ubisoft talk here. There was more information that had come out about Immortals Phoenix Rising sequel. Immortals Phoenix Rising was a new game, a new IP that Ubisoft had launched, and it reviewed extremely well. Heavily compared to Zelda, and kind of a mix between like Zelda and Assassin's Creed, and like in a way, right? And a lot of people loved it. It had the Greek mythology in it, and the open world style game, but like it had puzzles and combat and a lot of really cool stuff, and it had a chance to get a following, I think. And we had found out recently, what was it, like maybe 3 weeks ago or so, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I believe. And this came from some insiders that they had canceled the planned sequel to Immortals and moved the teams basically to more Assassin's Creed stuff, right? And that disappointed some people because, you know, Ubisoft had a potential winning franchise on their hands, right? And they do have some good games coming. They got Assassin's Creed Mirage this year, Star Wars Outlaws supposedly next year. They have the Avatar game that looks pretty solid. So they're not like maybe we'll see. They're not they've definitely had a rough, let's say, year or two, like as far as like big great games coming out, but they're on the cusp of having that kind of trend snapped. But they had this franchise that was like one of these like shining lights, right, in that time, and now it's not going to happen, at least for a long time, with the news that had come out. So supposedly, according to Tom Warren, there's a new information that had Stephen Totillo, more information, and Stephen Totillo's with Axios, about the Immortals sequel that was canned and the team moved on from. So supposedly, and I want your guys' thoughts on if this sounds awesome or not, basically, right? Ubisoft's canceled Immortal sequel was meant to be a mix of Elden Ring and Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, set across a fictionalized Polynesian archipelago that stretched from New Zealand to... Did I say that right?
No.
Okay, whatever.
Archipelago,
whatever. Archipelago that stretched from New Zealand to Hawaii, and a break from the Ubisoft formula. So Stephen Totillo had went deeper on actual Axios.com. He says, Why It Matters, the ambitious game codenamed Oxygen, recently ran aground of the company's desire to focus on proven franchises, namely Assassin's Creed. Oxygen Immortals 2 had been planned as a sequel to 2020's open-world Greek mythology adventure Immortals Phoenix Rising, and began development in 2021 before its recent cancellation, which first reported by VGC News. Elaborating on that to Axios, two sources familiar with the game's development but not authorized to speak about the project told of plans for a vast game set across a fictionalized version of the Polynesian archipelago. Is that right? Archipelago? Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry. Made primarily by Ubisoft's Quebec studio, but developed alongside Polynesian consultants. While the first Immortals was developed in a little over a year, Oxygen Immortals 2 was taking longer because of its scope, revisions to the underlying Assassin's Creed game engine the new game would use, and a team kept small as the publisher focused resources on the still upcoming Assassin's Creed Red. By spring of this year, though, several playable hours were available and an internal demo, and the company was at a juncture about whether to fund full development or nix the project. An image that leaked last year showed one possible look for the game's main character, though the plan was for players to customize their body type, gender, and look. The player's character could curry favor with various Polynesian gods gain elemental powers, and shapeshift, while gaining new tattoos based on the choices they made as the game's story progressed. Players would be hopping from island to island, each a fictional version of places such as New Zealand, Tahiti, Easter Island, and Hawaii. Inspired by the Polynesian concept of mana, players would have to manage how their in-game actions impacted the land around them. What they're saying, the goal was also to make a game very different from the rest of the Ubisoft portfolio, one source told Axios. Ubisoft open world games typically take place across a map that's filled with quest markers, and players are often guided with a compass or arrow that directs them to their next objective. For Oxygen, however, the developers plan to drop a lot of those helpers in favor of requiring players to search harder to figure out where to go by tracking animals, following the wind, or navigating via the position of the stars in the in-game sky. A core inspiration from Software's 2022 hit Elden Ring, which sold millions of copies despite throwing players into an intriguing, hostile world with few obvious pointers about how to survive or proceed. Immortals 2 would be a departure from its predecessor, dropping the first game's narrator, losing its emphasis on solving puzzles, and offering a more malleable story in which player choice is significant. The new game's graphics were also going to be more realistic, according to developers, and based on some visuals of the projects viewed by Axios. The company considered whether Immortals 2 should be rebranded as an original game, not a sequel, one source said. Yes, but ambitious projects can be expensive, and concerns over cost as a sequel or not did Immortals 2 Oxygen in, Axios sources said. In July, as news of the cancellation broke, a Ubisoft rep told Axios the company was redirecting and reallocating some creative teams and resources within the Quebec studio to other unannounced projects. The expertise and technologies these teams developed will serve as an accelerator for the development of these key projects focused on our biggest brands. That cancellation caught the game's developers by surprise, one source said. The big picture, Ubisoft has been struggling in recent years as sales have dropped and the output of the previously prolific publisher have slowed. The company canceled 3 games in January as it said it would focus on its biggest franchises, including Assassin's Creed. It's banking on a slew of new releases to turn things around, including the first new Assassin's Creed in 3 years coming out in October, as well as big new Star Wars and Assassin's Creed games expected in 2024. Well, that's the article from Steven
Literally
Totolo.
the same issue from when I left Ubisoft. Like it's like all the creative projects that they have. It's like, oh yeah, they encourage you to do it at first, and then they're like, actually, no, let's focus on what we know makes us money, and they are constantly just like they're such a huge company that there's so many different branches of Ubisoft. I actually don't even know how so many people work there. But it's
well, that's why they're
it's
losing
like,
money.
yeah, they're definitely losing money, but it's just sad to me when you can't get projects that teams are creative and passionate about, and then instead just focus, oh, we know Assassin's Creed is guaranteed to make this amount of money. It's just the analytical decisions that has always bothered me when I work there, and I've seen it in teams where they were super passionate about something, and then they were just like, oh, don't focus on that. Focus on this is guaranteed to make X amount of money. And that's, to me, that's how you fail. If you're not like moving the needle, if you're not constantly just I don't know, trying to innovate in some way, there are other passionate developers who are wanting to do that, who are wanting to move the needle and innovate with technology, and there's smaller teams who are leaving those big companies, forming their teams. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a little sad to me when I hear stuff like that. But like when I did play Immortals, I thought it was like a really cool game. I haven't finished it.
Yeah,
But I did play it for several hours, and I thought it was just like a really cool, unique game. I think that franchise has a lot of potential, and where it can go. It's kind of like a weird mix of like Breath of the Wild and some other games. So it definitely has potential. I really just wish they innovated a lot more. I mean, we would have franchises like Splinter Cell, for example, by now, or like a lot of their other franchises where they focused on like tactical, so they can have like different branches. They don't just need Assassin's Creed. Like Assassin's Creed, you can have that. I love Assassin's Creed, so you can have your Assassin's Creed. You have your
That's
tactical.
when they talked about in that article is like can we rebrand it to something else, like a new IP? I'm like, I'm wondering if they looked at it and was like, can we make this Assassin's Creed real quick? And they're like, no, we can't. And they're like, okay, then get rid of it.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, because they
good.
they did also like the Avatar game is supposed to be kind of like a Far Cry style game also. So they take these like, well, what kind of games do we understand how to make, and let's just take something and kind of make that. But like then you have like Ubisoft Massive, right, who's also making the Avatar game, but like they're also doing Star Wars Outlaws, which is like nothing like anything else that they make, right? So like, and that's what probably besides some of the Assassin's Creed games, the most exciting game that everybody's looking forward to at Ubisoft now is Star Wars Outlaws, right? Because it looks awesome. It's like original for them. Like you can see the talent behind the game, but also like it's different for Ubisoft. And this was one of those games that like a lot of people loved. And the first games and franchises often sometimes don't like do amazing, right? Sometimes it develops like, okay, well, this is a quality franchise. We got some of our fans. And then you announce that sequel, and the hype from the original fans kind of spreads out more because people have faith in it. So the sequel, a lot of times, will do better than the original because you have cultivated that. And to give up on a game that had such a high quality scores and people that were really praising this game and loving it, to give up on this franchise this early, which it sounded like they were ready potentially to expand upon it and make it even bigger and pour more money into it. And instead they're like, never mind. We're having money trouble. We're just going to put everything into Assassin's Creed and some of these other
And if
games.
you would have came out and said that you were inspired by games like Elden Ring and Wind Waker, you would have had so many Nintendo crackheads and Elden Ring crackheads jump on that stuff. Like
what?
I mean,
Elden
not to
Ring?
mention, like, some of the gameplay mechanics sound really awesome with the tattoos and, like...
And navigating by stars on your boat, like, that seems like it would be freaking dope.
It kind of sounds like a little bit like Moana, like with the, because Moana is based on the same kind of, like lore and history with Mana and all that kind of stuff, right? And, like, your changes reflect the island, and, like, there's a shapeshifter and all these kind of things also, which they talked about in here. And the tattoos, right, reflecting things. That's like Maui, and stuff. So like you have like these things that's like has this like deep unexplored lore that they could have really tackled and been original.
Another one's like Greek mythology, so it would be cool, like kind of like Assassin's Creed, where they travel through time. With Immortals, they can just travel through like different mythologies. Like that would be
it'd been amazing, dude. Like you could have like a Norse mythology game eventually. You could go into like all these different like there's so many you could choose from, like. And this was, has this been done before in gaming, like a Polynesian like lore type grand scale game like this? Like it just seemed like
grand scale.
Seemed like it had so much potential.
Yeah, there was one a few years ago. It was like on ID at Xbox, but it wasn't anywhere near that type of scale. Like I think the big thing that
I mean, Smite, they went through a bunch of different mythologies. I don't know if they were Polynesian. But...
yeah, but that's not like a big story-based grand adventure type game, right? Like,
yeah, but Ubisoft, I think, is gun shy after Mario and Rabbids 2 kind of didn't meet their expectations. I think what most studios see where they get a bump in sales and recognition for like their sequel, that one kind of tanked in comparison to what they were expecting. And I think this one was kind of like that side project that it definitely has all that potential in the world, but they're like, let's stick to what we know. And even though they say that, and then they delay the games before they're supposed to be released. So
that's the problem that's happened with Ubisoft is they're just every time they've taken a risk, it's backfired on them. So they're afraid to take risks now and actually ship it. They can't stick to their guns because they're just afraid that like they'll get backlash like they got with the Ghost Recon Battle Royale shit and all that other stuff. Like every time they take a risk, it always backfires on them. So they're just like, well, let's just stick to Assassin's Creed.
Shout out to Razor for gifting 5.
Yeah, I was about to get to that. Yeah, thanks. Razor NZ had gifted 5 Fun Speculation memberships. I appreciate you, bro, and congrats to anybody who got the emojis and all that stuff. Make sure to say thank you to Razor because Razor is awesome for doing that, and I appreciate the support for the channel. Yeah, Game Shark hit us with $5. I said, or you could do a rap with Colin's face asking, why buy Ninja Theory? You do that for Hellblade 2, though. Wait till Hellblade 2 comes out, and then like put that as a little Easter egg in the bottom like corner or something on the side with like Colin's face looking like astounded or whatever, or befuddled. You know,
He was on Xbox too, right?
yeah.
I started to watch a little.
Yeah,
bit.
he was. Yeah, I don't care to watch that episode, honestly. I love Xbox too. I love Rand and Jez. But you know. Anyway, all right. So also Game Shark had used his member for 2 months speculators chat to say review only the menu in detail when Starfield releases. Yeah. That's coming up, guys. We're gonna do a super
menu reviews, new series,
super in-depth start screen review.
I criticize logos.
Yeah, dude, like a tier list. A tier list of start menus.
Based on the menu I saw, I liked it. I thought someone said it like loops potentially too. I wonder if it like changes depending on what you do in the game, because apparently there's like it can change somehow. But
or if like whatever planet you save out, that's like the planet that's gonna be in the background or whatever. Like,
yeah, so, I don't know. I like it. I mean, who cares? That was such a weird thing. I mean, we know why he did it. He's such a fanboy, but like
start menu. Like, how long are you sitting on the start menu? Like, change the options and then hop into the game. Like,
I wasn't
to be fair though, like
that was
I
a weird thing.
Bethesda menus are probably the games that people sit at the longest just to listen to like the amazing soundtrack. Like people just sit at the Skyrim start menu just to listen to the song.
Yeah, I would stay at the menu for hours for Skyrim. Like, doo-doo. Yeah,
I think that was the biggest thing. Like, listen to like Jasper said, listen to the music.
Yeah,
like that should be the only time people really talk about the start menu. Like, oh, the intro music is what gets your heart pumping before you hit the start button, kind of thing.
Yeah, one of my favorite ones actually, and it was because the music was actually Outriders. Like the starting screen music was fucking awesome, dude. I would like love launching that, and I would actually wait to launch the game just to listen to that. It had this like badass beat and stuff behind it, and there's
for Skyrim and Halo, I did that because those are top tier like freaking soundtracks.
Right.
Skyrim.
I did that for also like the Transformers Fall of Cybertron game. Like if you waited a minute, it would start playing like the trailer, and like it was like one of the best gaming trailers ever, and I would just watch that over and over.
Yeah. Alvin hit us with $5. Says Gary Whitta on Kind of Funny today let slip that the menu is actually very cool and animated. I would imagine maybe the planet like the
rotate.
Yeah, maybe the eclipse of that planet like kind of moves over time or whatever to the music. God, I could just like sit there and just listen to that soundtrack on the headphones and just relax and have some badass like background on and just chill. Man.
That was what was weird to me. Like all the backlash. I mean, it was from one guy. Even
there is no backlash about the start screen. This was one idiot that made a post.
One guy,
and there was like 2,500 quote tweets, thousands of replies calling him an idiot. Right? Even PlayStation guys were calling this guy a moron. Like... So there was no like start screen controversy. It's just one person made themselves look like one of the biggest morons ever on Twitter, and this is a former executive. That's why I've got so much attention. Like I wasn't even gonna tackle this really, but because of super chat and stuff, like I get into it because it's so funny. Like what happened with this idiot who was a former lead at Blizzard, right? He had started the studio. He left Blizzard. He started the studio. Was it Red 5?
Yeah.
And they were going to release this game called Firefall, and it was going to be this like big multiplayer game or whatever. And they basically lasted 7 years. He got ousted as CEO there because he did such a bad job and people didn't like him. And the company failed. He wasted millions of dollars on bad marketing, and he ended up designing this like crazy bus that they never even used. He wouldn't show up to work and stuff like that. And when he did, he just like yelled at people and and said crazy things, and he always changed what he wanted and all this kind of stuff. So this isn't the first time that this guy has kind of been out there too, like against Xbox. Remember the whole talk about
Content creators.
Xbox and paid creators and they're paying people, and if Xbox fans are all fake, they're bots. This guy has actually mastered the ability to say something so dumb and idiotic that he gets a lot of attention, and some people think it's because he's trying to actually get his social media profile monetized, potentially, which he backlashed against, said like, no, I make Xbox trash talk for free or some stupid post like that. But the guy has clearly been a moron for a long time. This also goes to show that like just being in the game industry or being a game developer or being a game executive does not make you any different or less capable of being a moron than any other profession or any other person on the planet. You can have executives in the gaming industry or any other profession completely be a fucktard and just come out there and say stupid shit all the time and like make himself look like an ass. Apparently he did this at his job, right? And now he's doing it in social media to get attention. So it just goes to show who he is. It's a dumbass. And you have that amount of attention just sought after you because of how stupid you are. Game developers all over a game industry, PlayStation fanboys, Xbox fanboys, like it, or just gamers in general, or whoever. Everybody was basically saying this guy's an idiot, right? And that's not the kind of attention I would want, right? But apparently he likes it. So kudos to you for getting the attention that you sought after. If you like looking like a moron in the public space, you have achieved that very much so. And congratulations.
Maybe he should be the CEO of Blue Box.
Yeah, maybe he is. You know, like this guy likes wasting millions of dollars, right? You know, just throwing.
Well, that bus was made by was it
West Coast Customs?
Yeah, West Coast Customs.
It was just he didn't use it because he found out that Exhibit didn't like showcase it to him or something. He was like disappointed. He's like, "Where's this Exhibit?" You know, it's like, I can't use the bus now unless we get Exhibit.
Yep. He's a tool. He's a fucking idiot. But
anyway, I did make a post today because there's a bus, a Starfield bus, actually at the at Gamescom outside, and I was like, this is how you use a bus, like, you know, because it's a Starfield bus, and it's this stupid thing. Like
I think Starfield was actually like an 18-wheeler, but
yeah, it's like there's been so much talk about buses the last few weeks. Like, well, Starfield doesn't have marketing on buses and stuff, and then there's like pictures of buses with Starfield shit all over it. There's outside of gaming showcases. Like, it's just weird, man. Like, so much weird bus.
Is this why so many people care about fucking buses? Because this dude spent $3 million and it didn't work, so he's like, I need to fucking make sure all the buses of video games work now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where it came from. I thought, like, if you guys watch the whole, there's like a small documentary on Firefall and how that production like went to crap, and it's interesting. It's definitely interesting, like how he treated his coworkers. How not a lot of the team liked him very much. How much he spent on marketing, and buses. $3 million on a bus. I mean, it really just shows you like what happens in that documentary, and then when you compare that to how he replies to people on Twitter with this sort of pompous, like, I know everything, you know, guys know nothing attitude. It basically is like, wow, okay. You know, sometimes when you see like a documentary, like, oh, maybe that person is like change or okay now, but no, that person is exactly how I pictured him, how they describe them in context from like other developers. It's pretty much how he is. He has this very pompous attitude, like, I did stuff with World of Warcraft, and basically to try to discredit other people's opinions about him. Like, dude, you're just a fanboy, etc. He'd be like, well, I worked on World of Warcraft and I saved people, and like, bro, it's just ridiculous, honestly. And what was ridiculous to me is this: I didn't even think the menu was that bad. I don't even know how it got this big.
Because it's not real. He doesn't actually have this opinion. It's like it's a
Yeah.
made up thing purely for attention, a stupid like attention grabbing thing, which is obviously working because we're talking about it. This is why I said like we weren't even probably going to talk about it, but like this has been a big conversation on social media and stuff, and like he's achieved what he wanted to, right? You say the most ridiculous thing, be that contrarian type moron, right? And a lot of times people are gonna be like, "Wow, you're a moron," and then it gets you traction on your feed, right? And that's just what he's going for. That he said that's exactly what he did with the paid Xbox thing and all that kind of stuff. He did let slip that he hates Xbox because he's made fun of people on his timeline also for playing Xbox as well. So like
wow, you playing Xbox? Like,
yeah, this guy is a waste of space. He's a waste of anybody's attention. He's a waste of time. He's a waste of money. He's a waste of DNA. So he's just a waste of anything. Period. Point blank. And he just should cease to have social media. Anyway, let's move on from that moron. So moving on to Grumshits, whatever his name is. What else we got to talk about here? Oh yeah. We have a big week coming up this week in gaming. Is this the week that Armored Core is hitting? Is it this week?
Yeah.
Right.
It's Thursday or Friday.
Do y'all think that this game is going to do numbers? I wanted to talk specifically about Armored Core because, like in the past, and this is my I'm having this conversation just out of respect for Steel Rain because he made a post today talking about that because Armored Core in the past has like failed to break the 1 million mark, right? It's been like a niche franchise, but From Software, his name has grown a lot since those days now, right? They've released numerous Souls games that have gotten critical acclaim, become beloved. It started basically a whole new genre, right? That is one of gaming favorites out there. And their last game, Elden Ring, was massive. Like it broke sales records. Like people like loved it, all stuff. So now they have Armored Core again, which is an established franchise, right? But now From Software as a name, even though a lot of people that are in tune and in touch with gaming already had a lot of respect for them, right, and knew who they were. But do y'all think that Armored Core has enough attention to break past that niche mech barrier game, right, and go into a bigger scale, especially with the games coming around the corner? Like,
I think that it will do pretty good at the start, but whether people actually like the game or not, I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of people jumping into it just because they're hearing the name, and there's some big streamers that have been kind of talking about it. But again, I don't know if people, when they do pick it up, I don't know if they'll like the game. I think Elden Ring was kind of more casual, so people were still able to kind of deal with that game. And I've seen a lot of people talking about jumping into Armored Core just because it has the From Software name on it, and that's kind of been a growing game company name that people keep recognizing. So I think this one will definitely be better than all the past Armored Cores, sales-wise and player count-wise. Again, I just don't know if that holds when people actually play the game if they like it.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's going to do more than the past games, but I don't think it's going to do like
I don't think it's gonna do very well. But
like what do you mean by that 3-bit? Like you mean like is it going to break 1 million at least?
no,
You don't think it's going to break 1 million in sales?
no, not initially, at least. But I could be wrong. I really want to be wrong. I just think.
When's the last one
No.
come out?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
It's been a while since the last.
Yeah, I mean the game industry now is massive. So
Yeah.
like I think that sales wise, like I think you're probably looking at maybe 1 million the first week.
You think 1 million the
least.
first week?
Okay, so
Yeah.
I found Steele's post. He said Armored Core traditionally hasn't sold great because it's niche, I do believe in today's time it will be different. Armored Core, the original one, sold 400,000. Armored Core 2, 790,000. Armored Core 3, 670. Armored Core 4, 200. Armored Core FA, I'm not sure what the actual title is there, 300. And Armored Core 5, 500K. Armored Core 6, question mark, right?
Yeah.
I think there's a different level of hype behind this one than the past games. Do y'all sense
Yeah, the
that?
fact that From Software is doing
Yeah.
it, I think will bring in people who love From Software games. I'm just wondering, like, if
I
it'll
think it
bring.
also is going to depend on reviews because I think a lot of people are hearing the name right now, and when reviews and people when a game comes out, if people say this is actually a good game, I think that's going to help it a lot. But if there's a mixed opinion on it, people aren't going to jump in. They're going to be a little iffy on it.
Right. What's its release date? Is it
25th?
25th? So that's in 4 days. Is it $70 or $60? Because Elden Ring was $60.
I think it's
70.
60 on PC and 70 on console.
Okay.
No, it's 60 all around.
60 all around. Okay, so they're sticking From Software. Is it on a different version?
Oh, maybe it's a different. Never mind. I think I'm looking at a different.
Steel says
Yeah,
the
the
last
base-
one was like 11 years ago. Steel says it's $60 around.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Steel
looking
knows
at the.
everything about Armored Core here because like he is like a #1 fan on social media. He's trying to get
That's
them
pretty
to
good.
that 3 million. He says he thinks it's going to do 3 million. He's trying to
It's
will that
still-
into existence. I think himself.
It's the only two people I know talk about this game is Steel and Asmongold, like a famous Twitch streamer. So it's like, but I mean, I've been
Yeah.
seeing it around. So
I mean, here's the thing. I'm hyped for the game, and I haven't really played the other Armored Cores as much, so that's pretty good. I played a little bit of the Robotech games back in the day, and I love those. So I'm hyped for. I love what I see with the gameplay. I'm just wondering in terms of like how niche the other ones were, if it'll grab people's attention. I think just From Software alone will get it at least to like 500,000-600,000. So I'm just wondering if it'll pass that 1 million. Like I'm sure it'll pass 1 million. I just wonder. I don't think it'll pass it immediately, but I could be wrong.
I think it'll do more than. I think it'll do 2 million plus in its first 2 weeks.
Bloodborne did 2 million. So if you're comparing it to something like that,
I mean, this is
Bloodborne,
multi-plat. Also, Bloodborne was a console exclusive, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Like,
sure.
so this is gonna be on PC. It's gonna be on PlayStation. It's gonna be on Xbox. It also has really great performance. I put out the optimization like kind of numbers out there. This thing's running 1440p, 60 frames per second on a Series S.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's crazy, right? Didn't know it was possible with all
which
this.
is
Series S was weak.
which is funny because like the Metal Gear like collection that's supposed to come out later this year.
oh yeah,
People are
It's
saying
30.
that it's like going to be really shit, like optimization and stuff. It's like, what is going on? Like,
I
how
don't-
can
it's not the optimization. I think they're just capping it. They're not doing anything with it.
it's like how can they not put the extra work in to get that running and optimized like with current gen hardware, and then like a new game like Armored Core 6 is like 1440 60 on a Series S, which many developers say is a potato. They say they can't do anything with this thing. From Software shows out on it. If I remember right, also didn't Elden Ring perform pretty damn well on a Series S?
Elden Ring had rough performance. Actually, it was
In the beginning
'cause
for everything.
in the
PC,
beginning,
I think,
yeah,
was
I
the
think it was-
worst.
But I thought
Pretty
it had
They
like
fixed it in a month.
a decent like performance overall on the Series S with like resolution and frame rate. I can't remember the details, but I don't remember. I think it wasn't like super held
Elden
back.
Ring. It played best on Xbox because it had VRR, but it was still pretty rough because it was running like 10 frames under like. It was like running around like 50 frames or whatever. But with
Yeah,
VRR,
they
it wasn't as
eventually
bad.
updated it, but
think.
Xbox had the best version when it first came
Yeah.
out, I think, and then they
Yeah,
evened it out.
Elden Ring 1440p, 60 frames per second. Also,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
amazing what's possible when you actually utilize stuff. Utilize the
a
technology.
4K
Yeah.
60 on a Series X, 1440 60 on a Series S. It's crazy, like $60, right?
Yeah.
$60. Like, remember all the developers back in the day? Oh, you have to charge 70 and all these things and stuff. And the developer that's seems like they're optimizing like more and better than most is From Software, right? And they're putting their. It's not to say that like maybe the graphics aren't the best in some of their games compared to some of the others, but it's like their priorities are in the right place. It's like gameplay and like experience to the gamer first over just jam packing over the top visuals in certain areas that actually make the game look like shit because it's low resolution, choppy performance all over the place. And now you have this game that's like highly optimized on both Series S and Series X, and it showcases like, yeah, this can be done. Like, and I think in a weird way, I kind of want this game to really succeed, not only just for the, not just for Armored Core and mech games to have a resurgence, but because of this reason, you know, like putting
it will be
right
interesting.
priorities.
Like, I think this is two different crowds, but it'll be interesting to see if Starfield ends up hurting that, because right now, like, the talk for the past this whole month's pretty much been Starfield. So like,
that's the one
there's
thing.
a lot of games that I think are going to get hurt. Like Immortals also comes out this week, and no one's talking about Immortals Vavium. So
yeah,
any game that's near Starfield, I feel kind of bad for.
It's like Starfield is this year's like Call of Duty in a way. Like, as far as like everybody used to try and get out of the way of like Call of Duty before, and now it's like people don't necessarily care as much about that, right? Because it's like the Call of Duty players are gonna get it every year no matter what, and like the games just kind of release when they release. But like Starfield, it has so much attention from everybody right now. Like, that's what all everybody's talking about is Starfield. And there's other, like, the game releases are strong right now, right? But like, still the conversation everywhere is still Starfield, and it doesn't come out.
You have to also think, like, most people, like, they get their Call of Duty Madden, and they may get one or two extra third parties every year. Like, this year, we've had a lot of big games that people have talked about, like Hogwarts. A lot of people jumped into that. Baldur's Gate, a lot of people jumped into that. Diablo, a lot of people jumped into that. Starfield, a lot of people are going to jump into that. So it's like, this is kind of an abnormal year for those people that only buy like one or two third parties or not Call of Duty Madden games. So it's like,
and Madden just dropped.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah, I mean, it's a good year for gaming. That also makes me wonder with Armored Core, like how much Starfield would impact the sales, considering in the past it's been a kind of a niche title and it's near Starfield. Anything around Starfield, But in general, this year is really good for gaming. It's probably the best year it's been. So maybe people will start forking over money the Armored Core. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just having a hard time seeing it. Like, I'm gonna get it.
You get
I'm really excited for Armored Core. Huh?
Day one or down the road?
I'm not gonna play it right away because I'm in Starfield mode for probably a couple months. But I'm eventually, after I'm just like, okay, I like 80%ed Starfield. Let me jump into another game. Then I'll do Armored Core. That's how I'm seeing. I'm sure freaking Steel is like Armored Core. He's probably gonna jump around.
Sure. I think he's the other way around. I think Steel's like, I'm gonna do 80%
Armored
Core and then jump into Starfield.
Then maybe Starfield.
I'm thinking this game does 1.2 mil in the first 30 days. I think it takes the full 30 days to get to that mil mark.
Okay.
And then at the 2-year anniversary, or at the 1-year anniversary, it finally hits like 2 mil. Like I think unfortunately Starfield will damage it or hurt it a bit as far as the sales, but I still think it gets to a mil.
What was that, Psycho? Jamming out?
No, commercial came on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Commercial came on the phone.
Yeah, he's browsing Twitter and accidentally clicked on a video.
I keep getting Truly ads on this podcast.
You keep getting Truly ads?
Yeah.
On our show?
On this show, yeah.
Like right now?
It's because of you.
I don't even have it monetized right now. I don't even have ads on. I don't ever activate
them. I got it on like the last time I watched FSP. I got like.
Oh, okay. When you watched it back, yeah, because I don't activate the monetization for like ads until after a show's like. So I don't want us to be live and everybody like Like
No, so
it
they
had
cuts
some
out.
like cut out and like have to skip an ad or something, you know, like I just
Yeah.
don't like that. So anyway, yeah. Interesting talk about Armored Core. I'm curious to see how it does. If it gets like 9s again, like these other games are getting, and is like a huge success and word of mouth, it's different than the last Armored Core games, right? Like word of mouth can really do a lot for these franchises now. So but like that,
I mean,
the
we saw
looming,
that at the end of last month with Remnant. It got to #1
Yeah.
sales charts in UK
right?
for July or whatever.
Like
Which game?
Hi-Fi Rush has 3 million players,
Remnant
right?
2.
What did
Yeah.
Remnant 2
Yeah.
sell?
They announced 1 million like the first couple days,
But that is
I don't know what it.
that is huge for them, right?
Yeah, that's huge for them.
That is massive for them. Like our From Software, like now has a different level of huge because of Elden Ring, right?
Yeah.
But I still feel like they would consider this game a success if it sold a couple million copies, right? And I still said in the chat earlier, like this could be if it's successful, if it does numbers right, this could be like the road to Chrome Hounds, which that's what I want. Like Chrome Hounds was From Software. I think it was published by Sega, if I remember right, and developed by From. And that's my favorite mech game, besides also the Mecha Assaults from back in the day. But like it could start a resurgence, which would be awesome, right? It's a copycat industry. So if this game does numbers and all of a sudden people take notice, and all of a sudden maybe there's more games like that. So, oh my god, is that FARK in the chat?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Disguising himself. That's
He's
hilarious,
got
bro.
37 accounts.
Oh my god. Shout out to
Oh,
FARK with the secret identity there in the chat. That's absolutely amazing. Did y'all hear that Black Myth Wukong is actually in the hands of some games media? I think didn't IGN say they got to play?
They had an IGN first or something, yeah.
Yeah, they got to play like 3 boss segments, and it's official. The game is coming, I think, to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, and also on PC as well. So
Yeah, I seen some
interesting.
You can
gameplay.
wish list it now on Steam. So
Yeah.
Sick. I mean, it definitely, to be honest, my first thought when I seen the gameplay, I'm like, it looks slightly different, but it still looks good. It still looks great. Like, I don't know what's different about it. I'm gonna have to go back and look at what they initially showed and what is like shown now. Something about the animations, I think. But in terms of like the combat and stuff, it looks sick.
I think we probably get a date here at Gamescom's from Keely's show, and a release date this year.
You think they'll
this
show
year.
more at Gamescom?
Yeah.
yeah,
I think Keely's got a release date trailer or something for it there. And it's going to be the end of this year.
Well, speaking of Gamescom, I'm planning on if I can, I have some work stuff going tomorrow, but if I'm able to, planning on streaming the Keely show tomorrow, opening night live, for Gamescom. See what kind of stuff is there. So stay tuned. If we're able to do it, then you'll see a post on Twitter, and you'll see us go live. Maybe get the notification bell up and stuff. And I'm pretty confident we're going to be able to. So stay tuned for that, and hopefully there's some cool announcements. And after that, we'll see what other kind of announcements are. There may be some really cool stuff from Xbox in the next couple days. Also, in the next couple days, Tom Warren's putting out there that there's might be CMA news regarding Xbox here this week. So
Well, they only got 7 days left.
Yeah, they only got
They
7 days.
really, bro. They really used that time after that case with the tribunal. They were like, "Yeah, we're gonna rush this. We promise. We're gonna do all this stuff," and then they are taking their sweet time.
Yeah.
Well,
they approved the $61 billion deal earlier today, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. I think Tom Warren said that he seemed pretty confident that we're gonna hear something this week and not next. So he said around Gamescom. I don't know what's prompting him to say that, but he's made a couple different posts about it, and he's commented and he said this week. Like he really
because it was the 28th is the deadline.
It has to
so
I think the
28th is
I thought it was 29th was the deadline
29th, 28th, 29th, whatever. That's next Monday and Tuesday. So
Yeah.
I mean, that would be if they come down at the last minute. Like they probably already have their decision now, and they're just waiting to be assholes about it. But
Maybe, yeah. I maybe tomorrow or the next day. Who knows what day this week, right? But that should be coming around the corner as well. And also other little bit of news here is a little bit of Nintendo news, right? Mario has got its first different voice actor. For the
It's
first
no
time.
longer a me. Yeah.
Yep. And he already came out and said that he's not going to be the voice in Wonder, so it's a different guy.
Yeah. So it's Charles Martinet. Is that how you say it? He's been this is from Nintendo. Has been the voice actor of Mario in Nintendo games for a long time, as far back as Super Mario 64. So that's going back to like
96. As long as I've been alive.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess before that there was a different, but says he's now moving into the brand new role of Mario Ambassador. With this transition, he will be stepping back from recording character voices for our games, but he'll continue to travel the world, sharing the joy of Mario and interacting with you all. It has been an honor working with Charles to help bring Mario to life for so many years, and we want to thank and celebrate him. Please keep an eye out for a special video message from Shigeru Miyamoto and Charles himself, which we will post at a future date. So, is it going to be Chris Pratt?
No, I think it's that's why Major Nelson was going to Nintendo last week. We saw him. He said just visiting. He's auditioning for the role of Mario.
It's me. It's the Mario.
It's Larry Mario here.
It's
Hey, gabagoo. It's a me, Mario.
Was he wasn't in the movie, right? Even like as a small. I thought I heard
Pratt?
somewhere that he was like a small cameo.
Chris Pratt.
Like, no, not Chris Pratt.
Oh no,
the actual
Charles Martinet. Yeah,
he was in it like briefly or something.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, so is that technically like his last role? His last time as Mario was the movie.
He wasn't actually.
Mario
He wasn't Mario in the movie though. He was.
Oh, I didn't see it yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
Why haven't you seen it?
I forgot about it honestly. Till now.
I'm gonna have to like bring back Fun Pop just to get you to watch movies again.
Fun Pop was actually a good motivator for me to go out and watch like more.
Yeah,
Psycho.
it's a great idea.
Yeah, Fun Pop.
Fun Pop.
Yeah, that's sad. I mean, he's been voicing it for so long, and it's like one of those things that are like, oh, he's gonna be there forever, sort of situation.
He was in Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. It looks like his last Mario game.
Okay.
It's me, Mario.
That was last year, right?
Yeah, 2022. His latest game is Dragon Ball Legends as Magenta.
Okay.
What? He does other things?
Yeah. He was the main dragon in Skyrim.
Skyrim, yeah.
What?
Yeah,
the guy like
the dragon at the top of the mountain you could talk to get your powers.
Yeah.
That's Mario, bro.
Whoa.
That's why when he flies off, he goes, woohoo!
I don't remember.
Y'all didn't catch that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was in the game. It's like a little
Wahoo!
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
Wow, 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 wow.
You guys just blew my mind. That's crazy. I didn't know he did other things.
Yeah. I heard that on a show earlier today. I don't remember which one. I was like, what? That was him?
What the heck?
Yeah. It's crazy. Like,
that's such a different voice.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, wow,
Not
voice
an
actors
Italian
have range.
plumber.
I don't know.
Some talent there, right? You know, be able to do that.
Like 98% of his roles are Mario, so like he only does like a voice actor of an additional game like once every couple of years. So he's not like super branching, but
Prince Green says he voices 8 characters.
Parthernax is his name. Request that so respect that dragon. Yeah, sorry, I didn't remember the name.
Parthernax.
Mav kept restarting Skyrim, so we only met him one time.
No, I've met him several times. Several times.
That's sick though. Wow.
Yeah,
that's a fun fact. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Right?
Wait. So he voices 8. Prince Green said he voices 8 Nintendo characters? Is it like who else does he voice?
I think he said like characters, not Nintendo.
Does he do Luigi?
Princess Peach.
No, I don't think he does.
Kirby.
Could do Toad, maybe. If he does Toad.
It's Toad.
I don't know. Maybe.
What are we doing the research? Chat,
He
you
does
guys.
Mario and
Tell
he
me
did
who he
Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi and Mario Strikers.
Okay.
So yeah, and then
dang,
Dr.
so they just
Mario,
lost
Baby
8 roles.
Mario, Baby Luigi.
They didn't just lose Mario; they lost a bunch.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what the voice is like for Super Mario Wonder. It's like, wahoo! Ah.
I'm sure it's
I feel like
save you, Peach.
no, I feel like Mario's voice is like one of those voices like people always try to emulate as kids. So like
Yeah.
a lot of people can do it, like
Yeah, that's
SpongeBob
true.
or whatever. Like a lot of people like grew up watching it, so they always tried to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a
Hey,
good point.
Peach, get me a beer and some smokes.
He's gonna play.
Make it quick.
He's gonna play a more realistic version of a plumber.
Yeah.
It's me.
Hand me
Hey.
that wrench.
Wrench.
I'm sure, like,
Luigi, you
Like-
idiot.
it's kind of like Mickey Mouse. They'll have like a national voice audition for Mickey Mouse, and then you are now the new Mickey Mouse. I'm sure.
But
they're
it's
gonna-
also like he's been doing Mario's voice for 27 years. Like you don't even need any voice actor. You just take a clip from the last game where
Yeah,
he
but
goes Yahoo!
it's
and then-
probably-
yeah, he doesn't even talk that much.
It's probably in
to
his
be honest.
contract for individual games, I would assume. So
Yeah.
that would probably be like them like cheating a little bit. Like I don't know. I don't know how the contract.
AI him, which would be messed up. But they could. I don't know.
Yeah, Mickey's fun. We've had fun doing a naughty version of Mickey occasionally. Yeah, like you can do like Mario is kind of that same thing. You know, it's like very iconic and distinct, and like there's probably a lot of people that could do a really good job at it. Alvin with a $5 says Charles Martinet and Steve Downs should be the first two to voluntarily sell their likenesses as AI for a giant bag, of course. I would also like to throw in the nomination for Michael Ironside as well. He's up there in age, and like if we do want to keep his voice for Sam Fisher, like just sell it for like $1 million in perpetuity to Ubisoft to use for future Sam Fisher games. That would be crazy that you could do that with technology now. But you probably could get
I
away
did it
with
for the who's the PlayStation CEO guy?
Jim Ryan.
Jim Ryan, yeah. I did it for Jim Ryan. I took like a bunch of audio for Jim Ryan and I put it in that video. Oh wait, you guys didn't see that yet. Never mind. But yeah, I did that for Jim Ryan. Very easy to do nowadays. Like AI, the technology is insane. Also, Louis. I don't know how to do Mickey Mouse. The only voice impression I can do is Smeagol.
Yeah, your Smeagol is really impressive though.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. What's up, 5.0 Trey Gaming? How's it going? Says you Ellis the Murder Man Foster. Yeah, right on. Changing the name, cool, bro. All right. Well, I guess that's it until we get into tidbits.
Yay, tidbits!
Let Jasper get tidbits ready here. Tidbits is the segment here on Fun Speculation Podcast, where we look ahead at the games coming for the week. How many games we got this week, guys? Is it
Quite a few, maybe like 7 or 8.
pretty good week so far? It looks
Yeah, it's
like.
a good week.
Yeah, week before Starfield, I guess, right? Is Starfield technically
Yeah.
next week? 10 days.
I don't think they don't technically list it because of the early access.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's for a lot of people, the release is next week for Starfield.
Yeah, a lot of people are
It's
getting
crazy saying that now, man. Crazy.
I'm gonna take a
been
wild guess and
waiting
say
for it.
over 4 million people will probably have early access, if not more.
You think?
Oh yeah, I mean 99% of people I think are playing early access.
All right, so everybody, let's do some tidbits.
It'd be crazy if it was 20 million. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I wonder how well Starfield's gonna sell. I have no idea.
It's gonna
for
sell
Starfield.
crazy, but it's also gonna be a lot of players on Game Pass.
It's already sold like crazy. It's on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Steam's
a lot of
number
people
one,
bought it
like,
because of Game Pass.
Millions and millions and millions. What's the first game we got here?
Fort Solace. It's a PlayStation exclusive. Looks like a pretty decent game. Has Troy Baker as the voice actor.
Oh fuck it, it's trash already.
Oh my god.
What you got against Troy Baker? What did he do to you?
NFTs.
NFTs? Oh, I see.
It's like a walking simulator story game, whatever. So if you're into that kind of stuff,
So right up PlayStation's alley.
Psycho, you literally just played one of these games for like 3 hours last night.
Yeah, but that is the difference with Xbox. There's options. It's not the only thing I can play.
Yes, I will be giving my logo critiques. We'll see. So far, it's like...
It doesn't look bad. I'm just curious what the start screen looks like.
Yeah.
It's a black screen that says
I think
start.
this game is like you go to a Mars base and like it's abandoned or whatever, and you're trying to figure out what's going on.
Hey, another space game to get ready for Starfield. You could probably play through this one pretty quickly too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this out tomorrow.
Nice.
I think I'm having the same problem as Mav last time. It won't play for me, so I have to watch it on YouTube.
Oh, really? It's $35 on PS5, PC, and Mac with Fort Solace.
Pretty good logo.
What's the next one, Jasper? It's not playing.
Mortals of Avium. I'll pause it.
Yeah, let me leave and come back in.
Everyone who needs to refresh, I guess refresh.
Why are
Let me
we...
know when you want me to hit play.
I'm ready.
Okay. I think someone leave.
No, I just
dude.
found it.
I know
I
this
was
guy.
refreshing. Hold on.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
What's this actor on? I've seen him somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, everyone in the YouTube thing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not playing.
90-Day Fiance.
No. Not that. I know him from
Matt,
something.
stop hitting the play button.
Oh, okay. Yeah, are you hitting
Oh,
it?
he's on Never Have I Ever.
Yeah, I don't think you can control it since I'm the host of the
seen it.
YouTube thing.
Yeah, but it's not
Seen it.
automatically playing for me.
Is it?
What'd
Like,
you do?
if I
Who
hit it,
broke
it plays for a second. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna leave and come back in.
Oh. Oh, it works for me now.
Technical
Oh,
difficulties in Discord, everybody. Okay, hit play.
Okay, I'm gonna hit play. I hit
Okay.
play.
There we go. All right. All right, Immortals of Avium. PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC. If you have EA Play, which is part of Game Pass Ultimate, it's $62.99. For everybody else, it's $69.99.
You can get EA Play Pro on the PC. And
Whoa,
She's beefy.
Oh, goodness.
She's beefy.
Woo. Goodness gracious.
She's
this
giving
game-
Abby a run for her money, huh?
Yeah.
It's a UE 5 game. It's
Dang.
actually quite
Superhero landing.
quite beefy on the specs. It requires
To
a
get her level.
2080 Super on PC for minimum. So
Oh, she's gonna give you some specs, all right.
I did want to let you know it's a 6-minute trailer, but this was the main one that shows a lot of the gameplay.
That's fine. That's good.
Is this game
Don't look in
gonna
game.
not do as well as it could have because of?
Oh, this is gonna do
oh,
amazing.
for sure. No one's been talking about it, and
Yeah.
it's coming
Yeah,
out.
I forgot about this game, honestly.
This is also Unreal Engine 5, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just said that. UE 5
Yep.
requires a 2080 Super for minimum specs on PC.
Dang. But what are the specs on console? Do we know?
They
Is
have
it-
a performance mode, but
900p.
I don't know how well
I
that's
don't know
running.
if it's 60 or 30.
Well, they have a 60 performance mode, but I don't know if it's like
Okay.
stuttering
Well,
or
like
frame drops or whatever.
Remnant 2 was Unreal Engine 5 also, but it was like it did like a 720 upscale to 4K,
Yeah.
right? Which, like, honestly, if I'm being real, like, I really didn't know. I couldn't tell when playing it. Like, so they did a good job with the upscale on that, but I'm wondering if this is gonna do sort of the same thing.
Tom, I don't think this got delayed. I think this comes out.
Yeah,
Huh?
it got delayed, and it was
Or-
supposed to come out in June or whatever, and it got delayed till
Oh, yeah, that's what you mean. Yeah. This looks like it could be really fun. Is anybody here getting this game?
I want to play it, but I'm not gonna.
I'll wait to
right
play
now.
it in Game Pass when it comes to Game Pass later.
Yeah, same. Because like Starfield and then Forza is going to kill any time I would have for it.
Yeah. That's just the thing. I'm sorry, other developers, but you're around Starfield.
If this would have came out on its original release date, I probably would have played it.
It's
I mean,
interesting.
it is coming out before Starfield.
This
so.
is single player only, right?
Yeah.
This combat looks like it's craving arena multiplayer, bro.
That's what I said last night when we were in the party chat with Steel. I was like, if this game had fucking like a team deathmatch multiplayer, like,
yeah, with the magic abilities and stuff, it could be sick, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you could tell me that this was a multiplayer match that I was watching right now, I could believe you, right? Like,
yeah, that's pretty sick. I like really love the animations and.
Yeah, I think they said it's former Call of Duty devs went over and made it, and then EA's publishing it.
So it looks like it has RPG mechanics and like some looting mechanics and stuff.
It's so weird to see this dude.
Over 25 different spells, I think they said. So.
Yeah. I mean, I seen this dude on a romantic Netflix show, like a rom-com. It's so weird to see him in this game.
Okay, I'm gonna click the next trailer now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that
No, I wasn't watching.
I didn't see the logo, but sure it's
Smurfs card.
Oh my god,
Smurfs.
that start screen was amazing.
I muted this because
It was Smurferlistic.
I don't want to get copyright strikes from Smurfs.
Yeah.
Smurfs kart, another kart racer. That's probably.
Why did he go fast when he went to the
we
yellow
saw
box?
this. I think at the beginning of the year, it came out on Switch.
Okay.
So it looks like clay animation. Is that what I'm getting?
Kinda,
It's a style.
yeah.
I hate the logo.
This is $26.99. It's coming out on PS4 and 5, Xbox One X and S.
Xbox One, Xbox N. What'd you say?
Xbox One X and S and PS4 and PS5
Oh, okay.
for $26.99.
Is it multiplayer?
It better
I would
be.
hope
It's
so.
a kart racer. My God, if they released a single player only kart racer, it's like doomed.
I mean, it could be like local multiplayer.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, look, it's Scorp.
Well, they got the
Wow, it's split screen. Wow.
I'm surprised I got it running on the Series S.
Yeah.
Split
I don't
screen.
know.
I don't know, man. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I haven't
tough.
played a Smurfs game since I had my ColecoVision when I was a little kid. So
This is cool.
Yeah, WrestleQuest. It's coming out on everything for $30.
Yeah,
the 22nd.
I might
What's-
get this.
yeah, it was supposed to come out earlier this month, but got bumped back a bit or something to I guess Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah, I might pick this up.
Macho Man, Jake the Snake.
Are you
Yeah,
trying
let's
to be like
go.
an ultimate wrestler? Is it like a?
It's a turn-based
kinda like South
RPG
Park?
wrestling with a story.
Is it like South Park mechanics?
South Park mechanics.
Yeah. You guys play South Park?
Yeah, no.
Or
no.
like turn base?
Yeah.
It's turn based.
So why are you saying South Park mechanics? Like,
They were right.
South Park is the inventor. It's like, oh, is it a South Park like? I mean,
You know
come
what I'm
on.
talking about. The South Park game.
South Park is the first
I thought you-
turn-based game ever.
This
I
game
guess.
looks really
And
good
that's like the
too.
one that comes to your head. It's South Park for that.
Oh,
This game looks awesome.
Yeah, this is
the way.
Blasphemous 2.
Yeah,
And
it's got
it's-
really good reviews.
Coming out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Switch, and so everything except last gen.
Yeah.
And $26.99. It is also releasing on the Switch. Yeah, it looks good.
$26.99 today. And it goes back up to $30 tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is one of those perfect type games for a portable, whether it's your Steam Deck, your
You
ROG
always have
Ally,
people
or
saying Final
Switch.
Fantasy. Yeah, you just got to mix it up a little bit. Like, is this like Final Fantasy? You gotta say something different. South Park. Also, this game looks
Also, like both South Park games had different gameplay mechanics. One was more turn-based, and the other one wasn't. So,
what you talk the Obsidian ones are both turn-based.
Are they? I thought one of them wasn't.
Now you're making me.
I think this newer one is like the first non-turn-based one. I think.
It was the Stick of Truth, and then it was the.
There's been a lot of South Park games over the years too, though.
I thought this game came out. I feel like we've seen this like.
Yeah, it's finally coming to your mobile phone.
This is actually really fun. Really fun, relaxing game. $10 on mobile, iOS and Android.
Oh fuck!
What'd you play it on, Mav? You played it on
Xbox.
Game Pass. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kate started playing it, and yeah, it's just relaxing. You know, you just like try and pack stuff or unpack stuff, move into like rooms over your lifetime.
This is Ride 5. It's coming to next gen consoles, and yeah, it's $60. It's a motorcycle racing game.
Yep.
This is one of those games you'll see like what looks like realistic motorcycle riding, and it's graphically it looks great. The character models don't necessarily, but the bikes and tracks definitely.
You're gonna get it though, right?
I'm not that great when it comes to motorcycle games. Like TT Fall of Man, or not Fall of Man, but like TT Isle of Man. Both 1 and 2 kind of kicked my butt, and
I think one of it may have been Ride or one of the motorcycle games. I know it's like someone took a gameplay clip and people thought it was real life.
Yeah,
they confused the internet for a couple days.
Yeah, wasn't that Drive Club? Well,
Drive Club was pretty cool as well when they had the motorcycles, but I think it was Ride 4 was the one that it was like in the rain, like you could see like the water on the windscreen and everything.
Yeah, Ride is what consoles does Ride come out? Everything but Switch.
Next gen.
Yeah, $60. Next game, biggest release of the week.
Game.
Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon, $60.
That game like
honestly, I think
everything but
Switch are the bigger game, but
yeah, I might get hate for this, but I've always hated From Software's font.
You think Immortals has more attention than this?
It doesn't have more tension, but I think it was the bigger game until it got delayed, until no one's talking about it. Like, because there was a lot of hype for it when it was originally coming out, and then it just kind of died off.
I think that was only because of Unreal Engine, though. Like,
no, there were people talking about like they avowed like hand magic, and then like almost like the Ghostwire Tokyo movements on some of the stuff, and basically it was like Call of Duty with magic bullet coming out of your hands or whatever.
Yeah, it had that Call of Duty comparison people were talking about. It's EA.
Yeah.
This game
what's gonna get a better score, this or Immortals?
This.
I think this will.
Yeah.
Immortals is definitely gonna have cheesy dialogue. You're just like, oh my god. But it'll be fun.
Yeah, I think there's a leaked review of Immortals right now. VGC gave it 3 out of 5 stars for whatever that's worth.
Dang. Yeah, this looks fun.
I think this is going to be at least an 8 out of 10 on average, if not a 9 out of 10 kind of game. Avium will probably be like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, this looks awesome.
I want it.
I would rather play Immortals, but that's just me.
I'm gonna
rather play Immortals.
Now we know where the negativity towards Armored Core is coming from here.
I just think the movement in this game, I hate it. Like, constant fucking dodging is like, I just want to shoot you.
Yeah. You gotta dodge.
How did you feel about Nier Automata?
I only played it for the achievements, and I turned on all the assists, so like you really didn't have to do anything.
Because the slide movement on this one kind of reminds me of that a bit. At first it was disorienting, and then after a while you kind of get used to it.
We're gonna see how it does. Is this gonna be man, that's so cool. I want that.
Oh,
Yeah. They did that really badass custom Xbox and the ammo crate and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I guess that's the first time I've seen a partnership with Xbox and From. They almost did it with Elden Ring, but then that disappeared into the Netherworld. So, what else? Yeah, that was the only one, I think.
I was holding out
Yeah, sure.
hope that there would be some kind of surprise Game Pass announcement for Armored Core, but that ship has sailed, I think, at this point, with it
You
releasing
still got
this
4
week.
days.
Yeah. It'd be crazy.
Gamescom's tomorrow. They could announce it there.
Yeah, it would be crazy, right? It would be crazy. But yeah, I think the game's I think it's gonna do good. I think it's the star of the show this week. Immortals probably second, and then you have Smurfs cart obviously is the third, right?
Fort Solace is third.
Obviously.
The Fort Solace looks pretty solid, man. It looks pretty cool. Like there's a lot of people that like those kind of games, and it could give that eerie vibe and stuff.
Challenge you guys to a Smurf race.
I ain't buying it 3-bit. Like
You're gonna have to buy 4 copies.
It
just to
comes
get
out
people to play
before
with you.
Starfield, right? You got some time.
yeah,
It's not about
I
time.
just
It's about me not wanting to play this fucking game.
I just don't want to play that trashy looking game. It's like I'm sure there's if I'm gonna play
Yeah, you know?
if I'm gonna play a kart racer, why pick that one? You know?
Also, you haven't even bought Mario
We
Kart
gotta
8.
get
Three-bit.
Smurfs. What does
Like-
Smurfs do to you? Smurfs was
No, hold
a
on.
decent.
3-bit. You've
decent
never even
idea.
bought Mario Kart 8. That's like the only fucking Switch game that everyone plays is Mario Kart 8, and you've never even bought it. It's been out for 10 years at this point.
You
I
talked
didn't want it.
you talked me into buying that dumbass.
I like the old Mario Kart.
What was that dumbass Nickelodeon brawler
Brawler
game
game?
that came
That
out?
was a mistake.
And you were like so excited for it. You convinced like everybody to get it, and we're like, yeah. And that game was the worst fucking game I've ever played before in my life. It's the only game I have ever asked for a refund for that I've bought like in the store.
Same.
And
Here's the thing, that game, I thought it was gonna be good.
They're coming out with
They
another
had like all these dev videos. They're like, look how much passion we put into the characters. You have like freaking Reptar in there, and yeah, it was awful. One of the worst games I've ever played. And also one of the first games I ever refunded. But this could be different, Math. It could be different this time. You got the Smurfs, you got the
Don't
track.
fall for it.
there's a million of these kart racers like with different like I don't know. I'm sure it's cool. Hey, Smurfs fans, go crazy, right? Go crazy. You know, the latest kart race. There's probably a lot of kart racer fans out there. You know, like for me, it's just you got other ones out there.
I would rather play Lego 2K Racing that came out this year. than
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or even the Disney
Here?
one that came out not too long ago.
Yeah. For sure.
I think Mav just doesn't want to lose. I think that's
No, it just looks like ass.
It's the
I'm sorry.
Smurfs.
Like
No,
And I used to love the Smurfs. It's like
I know.
I don't know.
it looks bad. I'm not sure. It just looks really
It
bad.
has what Baldur's Gate couldn't do. The split screen.
Now, does it have dead or alive physics?
It could.
no jiggle figures.
Well, there's only one female Smurfs.
Exactly.
That's
That's all I care about.
For Smurfettes?
Let's see some Smurfette action.
What are you on right now? Like
Put the
Hey.
mushrooms down. Put the mushrooms down.
Hey, I got into their houses.
Game of the year. It has split screen. Baldur's Gate couldn't even do split screen. So
Oh my god.
I'm just saying. Hey, Smurfs did it.
Yeah.
They managed to do it somehow. I'm just saying.
Mm.
yeah, the game looked like it could have been running on an iPhone 5, bro. Like what is it like that? I don't get it. I don't
don't get it.
understand why that.
You don't
Why?
understand the game?
Honestly, I don't even know why this game exists. Like who's a big enough Smurfs fan to be like, oh my god, there's a freaking Smurfs kart racer coming out. Oh my god. Oh my! Did y'all hear about this new Smurfs kart racer coming out? Oh, like they finally did it! My goals in life are achieved because they finally put my two favorite things together: the Smurfs and kart racing. Hallelujah! Finally, they've done it. nobody. There's like nobody. There's nobody, right? There's like so many other
The Smurfs
things.
haven't been relevant since the fucking 80s.
Yeah, like kids don't watch the Smurfs now. Maybe like
I
some
see
of
the Smurfs all the time, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
maybe the movies, like I don't know, like but those
guys are just haters.
there hasn't been a movie in years.
I think the best
There was
Smurfs
that
game that
one-
they could have come up with would be one of those, like almost like a Friday the 13th, where it's like you're against Gargamel and you're one of the Smurfs. Like if they made a game like that, even that, I
Like
don't think I'd
Dead
want
by
to play.
Daylight?
But I think that would
Do like a
have
Hello
better
Neighbor
legs than
type
this
thing
kart
where you
race.
try to break into his house and like steal shit and get out without getting caught by him. Like
Oh,
that would be
yeah.
a better idea for the Smurfs than fucking kart racing.
Like a
I mean, I
Hello
don't
Neighbor
disagree.
Gargamel.
I just think it's funny. Is there was there a Garfield racer?
I'm sure there was.
Do y'all,
The cat?
do y'all think Smurfs kart racing breaks 1,000 copies? Sells more than 1,000?
Oh yeah, it's
I
gonna sell
think it.
about
Of course.
I think it. I
100.
think it'll
100
do.
I bet you there's
40,000
a rabid
copies.
Smurf fan base out there, man.
If it has
that just-
easy achievements, there's an achievement community that just buys it for achievements. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does 40,000 copies in its first month.
40,000. Rough. That's a good
Yeah.
guess.
Well, it's already been out on, I think, the Switch. So
Yeah. How did it do there?
I think kids will buy it up.
You think so?
Oh yeah, kids love that shit.
No, they don't. They don't.
Bullshit.
They don't. Like,
It's
I
from the
see it all the
80s.
time. I see
Smurf
people,
racer.
they come in and buy all the damn carts. The fucking Crash Bandicoot, the
well, that's a
fucking
known
Yeah,
kart
Nintendo
because
one.
it's
actually
a-
good.
good kart racer. And you're talking about the Nintendo one? Mario Kart? Are you fucking kidding me? You're comparing this to Mario Kart? Like, that's the kart racer.
Yeah, dude.
Like, yeah, this
Yeah,
is
what's the
like
difference? It's for kids. Let's go.
kids
One's
under-
fucking
you're not
Mario
giving kids
Kart
credit.
that's actually good.
Yeah. Like, it's just like Smurfs aren't really that popular anymore. Like, I don't know. Like,
Why is it $50 at
There was a
GameStop
Smurf
for the
racer
Day
on the
One
PlayStation
edition?
1. This is a thing. It's a franchise.
it's
Crazy. I didn't even know that.
I'm not
Why
gonna answer
does
that. Fuzzy.
Nintendo charge $50? Or why does GameStop charge $50 for it on the Switch?
Hold up now. This game's got
The Turbo
it's
Edition.
got a 66 Metascore, so there's a bad review somewhere. But there's a fucking 83 review at 80, a 75. Some people love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the kids that grew up in the 80s that watched the cartoon.
So there's
See,
like
told you.
there's like SpongeBob kart racer. There's the Disney kart racer. There's
Oh, I forgot about that.
Crash Team Racing. There's Mario Kart. There's let's see. I know I'm missing some because they come out all the time. Shop kart racers, right? That was a thing too. Let's see.
Racing with Ryan.
Racing with Ryan, yeah. That's the thing. Kart Rider Drift. That's a new one. Also, fucking hell, Nickelodeon. Did I already say
Wasn't
that?
there that one that was like Little Big Planet? But racing?
Hmm.
Or am I imagining that? I'm pretty sure.
That may have been like
That
a created
think-
map, like a user created map on Big Planet or whatever.
I thought they made. Let me look this up.
You got Sonic All Stars.
Sonic, yeah, that's a good one. They need to make another one of those, right? Those are great.
Yeah, it's called Little Big Planet Karting.
That one, fair enough.
That was PS3, but
It's like, why the Smurfs? Like,
It's the easiest thing to make as
I
a
feel
car
like
racer.
Mav
So
has
it's like-
some vendetta against Smurfs, and I want to
no
know.
one gives a shit about Smurfs 3-bit.
Like I grew up watching the Smurfs on Saturday morning cartoons, and I rather play SpongeBob Kart. And I was like
Yeah.
an adult when SpongeBob came out.
yeah,
so,
and I even like. I don't have the Smurf movies are fun. Like, we went to see them and stuff like that, but it's not like it's not people like a lot of people begging for Smurfs content right now. You know what I mean? Like,
It made
there's so many other cool IPs.
$564 million worldwide against a $110 million budget until it was overtaken by Spider-Verse.
What
The
did?
Smurfs
Have-
movie. Yeah,
Smurfs movie.
yeah. Smurfs. I said this.
wait,
movie's
repeat
fine.
that again. You said it made 64 million with a
Out of a
$120 million
$110
million
budget.
The film grossed $564 million against
Oh,
a
okay,
$110 million budget. until it got overtaken by Spider-Verse.
I'm triggering some Smurf fans in the chat now, I think.
Well, I'm sure that one Smurf fan out there was really mad at you, man.
I actually don't care about.
Yeah,
I'm just arguing.
The game has a right to exist. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Does it?
Yeah. Here's the thing: I don't really care about Smurfs card. I just want.
Oh, now you're backing down on it, huh?
If they had Azrael in there, then I'd care. But no cats.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Needs more turtles.
Yeah, is there more than 3 Smurfs that people know? There's the fucking father, the kid, and then Smurfette. Like, what other fucking Smurf is there?
There's Smarty Smurf, there's Grumpy Smurf, there's
Wait,
Smurfette.
Smarty.
Yeah,
Brainy?
Brainy Smurf, sorry.
Brainy Smurf.
Brainy Smurf, yeah.
The one with the glasses.
And then there's isn't there like the
like
practical
Chef Smurf,
Joker?
Handy Smurf.
Yeah.
The practical
Joker.
Joker.
Or Jokey.
Jokey
I think they call him
Smurf.
Jokey Smurf, yeah.
So
Oh, wow,
there's-
the Smurf lore is
Always
fucking
used to
crazy.
call Blue Team on Halo.
yeah.
Consider me enlightened.
Smurf the weightlifter.
Yeah.
Crackhead Smurf.
Smurf.
And you notice there's Smurfs, the new Smurfs keep popping up, but there's one Smurfette, so
Oh yeah, the girls are called Smurfettes. I guess.
there's only one Smurfette. The
Smurfette,
rest
and
are
then there
boys.
was I think
And then there was a
other
human,
little
right?
In
Smurf.
the,
And then-
in the last movie, like she went to like this land where there was all girl Smurfs.
Oh
because
yeah.
they had
Yeah.
to.
Spoiler alert.
And wasn't there a human like villain?
Country
Doctor
Smurf.
guy?
Gargamel.
Yeah,
And
and
Azrael,
the
his
Smurfs
cat.
always break
know
into
more
his
about
house and try to
Smurfs than
steal
me.
shit, and then
Yeah, I didn't say I don't know about Smurfs. I just wonder why they'd pick that as like the IP to choose to make a card. There's so many like cool IPs
Made it.
out there.
like a Transformers cart would be
Oh my
so much
God.
better than this.
Oh, that would
Yes.
be sick. Like you could just transform into the car and maybe like come out of it when you jump
and
over.
yeah, and like when you use your power up or whatever. Like,
Yeah. That would be sick. Make it happen.
We have talked entirely way too long about this game. WrestleQuest is a big one too, I think, for this week. I know a lot of people are excited about that. And Blasphemous 2 looks pretty cool as well. I would say the worst game on this list is probably Smurfs Kart.
Unpacking Mobile's up there.
Yeah, no, that's a good game.
It's a good game,
It's
but
like that
it's mobile.
Zen.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
game, but it's mobile, so it's like, let's not count that.
Okay.
Mobile is
Fair
the
enough.
biggest market, Jasper. You're gonna have to accept it one day.
Hey, I probably play more mobile games out of anyone here.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
probably.
play Call of Duty Mobile, right?
Yeah, I've played it quite a bit.
Oh. Do you hook up a controller or just use the
Claw
touch?
grasp or no?
I used to play it with like touch controls before they added controller support. When they added controller support, I just played Bluetooth controllers.
It's a generational thing. These kids grow up on iPads. They get used to the touchscreen controls.
I didn't grow up with a fucking iPad.
Yeah, you did.
Wonder-
You grew up with an iPad Pro. It's 3rd gen. You had it when you were a
You're not
toddler.
that young.
And like no, for my daughter, like she had an iPad when she was young. You know, you put an iPad in a child's hands, you're free to do what you need to do for a while, right? Like, and it's like, okay, like, I'm a bad parent right now because I'm using this as a way to keep you occupied, and you're gonna get addicted to it, but it's for my own sanity. So here it is, right? And then they break that one, and you go and buy one the next day because you can't live without your kid having an iPad, right? So that's the world that parents kind of live in now. But like what happens, these kids, those are the first games they play now, right? So they grow up and they get used to these touch screen
and their
controls.
hands look like lobster claws because they have
Yeah, like
And I had a flip phone with freaking Pong on it, and that was my game.
yeah, like my daughter would play Roblox a lot and like Minecraft and stuff, and like there was these things called like obbies, like obstacle courses on Roblox, right? And she
I know
would
what you're talking
go
about.
on these obstacle courses like crazy, like on using the touchscreen controls on this, and she just run through it like like nuts. And I'm like, how are you doing this? And it's nuts, like the way they've adapted to getting great control out of touchscreen controls. It's like second nature now to them. It's so weird, man. Like I can't get used to it. My big fat thumbs get in the way of the screen, and it's like you can't see half the screen like when I use it. So
I wonder if we're eventually like where our thumbs are
Gonna
gonna
grow tiny
evolve
thumbs.
into like
yeah. Well, you were already developing this hook in our pinkies. Have you noticed that?
Oh, because you're so fancy when you drink, you hold
No.
your pinky out.
Everybody that look at your pinky that you hold your phone with. Okay?
I don't.
You've got this, you probably have this little indentation right here. Like right here.
Yeah, I do.
That didn't used to be there. The reason it's there is because we all hold our phones like this.
I think that's bullshit.
No, it's there. There was a science article about this.
Yeah,
I'm
but
serious.
it's like, I know you're serious about seeing this stupid article, but is it like someone just didn't look at their pinky before phone? So like,
No.
oh, I bet that's because of
Wait,
phone.
oh,
Compare it.
Write a whole fucking
Compare
article about it.
compare it to the indentation on your other pinky.
Mine are the same.
Mine are not. You probably were born with it already built into both your hands because we have ingrained it into your DNA. But if you do it, it's only on the one pinky, and it's like for all of us, like we're getting this like indentation in our pinky fingers because we're holding our phones like this all the time.
I got some
Right.
4K
That
hands.
you may have a phone addiction problem then.
I'm a
That's
human
crazy.
being. Yes, I admit it. I have a phone
Like,
addiction.
whoa,
problem.
I never seen that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you-
So it's already happened, guys. We have crooked pinkies. Thank for it. Just like like you see people that wear like high heels a lot, right? Like over time the toes like cross over each other and shit. Like
Oh,
when they get older,
yeah.
and like the bone almost is sticking out of the side of the foot and stuff, and it's like
Yeah, in China they would wear like smaller shoes so that they don't grow. And I mean
Yeah.
That's the thing. Scorpio said gamer dent.
gamer dent. That's it.
Gamer dent.
It's not from a controller. It's from a phone.
No, gamer dent is with your headphones.
Oh yeah, that you guys see that? People are developing skulls that have like dents in it from headphones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most
So
famous
eventually
one's
they'll
Tim
be
the
built
Tap
in.
Man.
They'll just put a chip in your ear.
Yeah, I wonder if we could start suing headset companies like for evolving our heads in the future, like 10 years from now. Like you changed my shape of head
Yeah.
10 years
Our
ago.
our kids are going to be born with crooked pinkies and like dents in their heads and shit, and it's like,
Well,
well,
soon it won't
humans
matter
have
'cause you'll just-
evolved into this.
It'll be
right?
like Wally. You get your floating wheelchair with a holographic screen in front of you, and you can just not have to hold anything.
Hey, the life that those people lived in Wally on that ship didn't seem half bad to me, okay? If I could
Yeah.
just live in a floating chair and just have everything served to me and I get to play video games and just live in like this like false reality all the time of amazingness, hey, sign me up, buddy, okay? Get somebody just to make sure my limbs work every once in a while and just move them around for me. That's all we need.
I'd do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm already
Yeah.
halfway there. I could just like, and then if I spend my next 20 years the way I spent my last 20 years, I'll probably be one of those characters from Wall-E. So,
I would, but this chair is kind of uncomfortable, so it kind of forces me to get up.
Yeah, they need to change gaming
chairs
chairs.
kinda suck.
They do. They're all for show, man. This is why
Yeah, why can't we get like a real
wish
baby
someone told
Yoda
me that.
chair and just like have it actually float? Like that'd be awesome.
Yeah, they have all these posture correcting chairs. Fuck posture. I want to be comfortable. Okay, like this is.
This
I just want to
chair-
sit in the crib like I was a baby.
Yeah, I bought this chair like 6 years ago or 7 years ago, and it's Lazy Boy. I went and bought a Lazy Boy desk chair, and I hope it lasts forever because it is insanely comfortable, right? Like I see all the like the $1,500 chairs that people have that are like, wow, this is great and it's amazing and it makes you sit up straight and like I want to sit up straight when I'm trying to be a lazy piece of shit. Like I don't want. I want to be comfortable. Like when I'm sitting down gaming. Like I get it. You know, I get it. Like it's probably good for me, but
I think they are a scam. Duke Togo said our gaming chairs are a scam. Yes, like I
Yes,
bought
some
this
no.
a while ago, and I bought it when I started seeing a lot of streamers and they had their chairs and the fancy
Yeah.
mics. I was like, ooh, I gotta be a streamer and I gotta get that too. And so now I'm kind of stuck with it, but thinking back, I would probably get something Mav has. This is a comfy office chair, just because like it's just not very comfortable. It looks cool, but
well, when I bought this, it was because I mean, I usually use my PC as for my office work, right? Like, so that's why I got this chair. I didn't go to the gaming chair section. I went to the office
I would
chair section.
recommend
Right?
whoever's thinking about getting a gaming chair don't get it unless it's like a space you maybe go in every once in a while. You want it to look cool or whatever. But I'll just get.
But see, that's also the thing is like, if you're going to be sitting in it for like 8 hours playing the game, you don't want to cheap out on it. You want something nice to put your ass on.
Yeah. No, this wasn't super cheap, but like there's definitely.
You don't want to sit on like a fucking folding chair or whatever. So.
Right. No, that you need something that's like moves and spins around and
Conforms to your ass.
Pretty much. If somebody else sits in this chair, they're going to be extremely uncomfortable, and it's like they're going to be. Why is there such a huge divot here? Why am I sitting into this crater right now? I'm like, it's because this is how I sit. Like,
I think I sat in that chair. It was okay.
yeah, it's not bad, right? You did sit in this chair. Did you like my chair, 3-bit?
I did. Yeah.
There you go.
Pretty good.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Recommend.
There you go. I hope it never dies. Stay with me, buddy. All right. Anyway, everybody, let's get out of here. This has been FSP episode 73. Thank you all for watching, and I'm sorry to the Smurf fans out there. I'm kidding. Smurfs are great. Yeah, let's get Psycho out of here first. Psycho, where can everybody find you, bro?
Thanks everybody for coming out tonight, and stay strong there in the Twitter streets. You can find me everywhere at Psychonauts 8, and you can find me here everywhere on Monday. Oh my god, I can't even speak right now. I'm so fucked up. Monday at 10 o'clock, and Friday at 10. Yeah, have fun.
Yeah.
Go edibles.
Jasper, where can everybody find you, sir?
Yo, check it out. Lord Jasper Twitter, Lord Master Jasper YouTube. I'm thinking about maybe doing some type of Starfield stream or video this week, just kind of talking about Starfield. So check that out. If I do it, I'll put it on Twitter.
Yeah.
10 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Fun Speculation Network with FSP and Xbox Ultimate, which is Friday. So yeah, check that out.
Thank you, Jasper. Appreciate you, bro. Fuzzy Belvedere, what about you, sir?
As always, thanks for having me. Thanks for everybody that came out to watch us. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to hear my rambles and rants on anything gaming related, just follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at fuzzy_Belvedere. Look for a tire breakdown as far as for Forza Motorsport video coming out here soon for me. You can also find me on Double Barrel Gaming for Breakfast with Boom, 10 a.m. on Friday morning, and then right back here with the family for Xbox Ultimate at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. Look forward to seeing you there.
Why is everyone in chat trying to give me a Smurf name?
Buzzy Smurf, Bit Smurf,
Blowy Smurf.
Actually, Smurf.
Actually, Smurf. That's a good one.
Caitlin's got to make that an emoji on there. Like take the actually guy making blue and put like an ad or some shit.
Just like the Smurf walks around and just keeps correcting everybody all the time.
Yeah.
Actually.
That would be Brainy Smurf.
This much.
Yeah, that was Brainy Smurf. That's what Brainy Smurf did too.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
like,
Papa Smurf.
Papa Smurf always says that was his version of actually.
Yeah.
Back then.
It's changed. What's changed, Kate? I forgot what I said.
I don't know.
All right, Kate. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I didn't do my outro. Bye guys. Yo.
We're not done yet.
Oh yeah, 3-bit. Where can everybody find you? Sorry.
You guys can find me on Twitter at i3bit, and I will
Holy
be
shit,
probably
chat's going
streaming
off.
Starfield. It's been hard for me to stream lately, but because of work. But
Karate Smurf.
on this show, we'll try to make Fridays when I can, but for most part, you can always find me here on FSP on Mondays, and I will be streaming Starfield later. Just keep an eye out on my Twitter for when everything happens when I'm more active.
Phil Smurfer.
Phil Smurfer.
Right on. I'm enjoying these
Supposed to be
Smurf
Smurf.
names.
Jim Smurf.
Call me
Texas
Stony Smurf.
I didn't get a Smurf name in the chat, I don't think. so
Jason
I'm a little
Smurfies.
disappointed.
That's a good one.
I like Fuzzy Smurf.
Aaron Smurfberg.
Yeah.
Baldur's Smurfgate.
Is there a dumbass Smurf?
Where did this start? I don't even know.
Hideo's
When...
I
Smurf
just
Schema.
I have no idea.
It's been going on for a while.
Smurf speculation.
Smurf
Dak
Raptors.
Smurfs. Smurfaz?
I'm trying to scroll up and see when I even started. You guys been doing this.
Smurf.
Smurf.
Uncharted The Lost Smurfs.
All right. Did you guys get in my
I
edible
mean,
stash?
I did kind of start.
Right on. Anyway, hey.
Everybody had some Smurf berries.
Yeah,
Oh,
some
yeah.
Smurf berries. Hey, tune in everybody to Thursdays PM in the PM with Pong Soul and I. This will be our last full show on PM in the PM before Starfield releases. And next week we're gonna have an hour-long show before the launch of Starfield, and then I'll proceed to stream it. Also tomorrow, like I said, we're probably streaming opening night live from Gamescom, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully there's some cool stuff there. And then after that, Friday's Xbox Ultimate Podcast, we'll have a guest. Dusty Uno is going to be there, the awesome one. He has a new show and it's pretty good, so you guys should check that out. But he's going to be on our show on Friday night on Xbox Ultimate Podcast at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And I believe still this Wednesday I'm going to be on his show, so see me there on Wednesday night. Besides that, everybody, I hope you have an awesome night and play some great Smurf kart racing this week. Yeah, let's get those numbers up on the Smurfs game. Yeah, they deserve it.
Yeah, let's get it.
Peace out.
Bye.